a playlist original.
Welcome to Back to the Blockbuster, where the movies we love and sometimes love to hate take center stage. I'm Gaz. If it's trending, making headlines, or stirring up controversy in Hollywood, we're covering it. Let's roll. All right, hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Back to the Blockbuster with your host, Gaz and Jackson. Jackson's on assignment. Not really. He's not on assignment. He's busy. Well, no, technically, I guess he is if you consider work an assignment. He's working a very late night. And he's been working a lot lately, which is why he was on with us last week. We recorded an episode for the Odyssey. I was glad that he was able to fit that in because that was a good episode for us. Well, when it comes out, by the time you hear this, it'll be a good episode because the movie's very topical right now. But our resident news filler Dustin's here. We actually, you know what? We had Mark J. Parker fill in on news this last time.
Oh yeah,
he actually did pretty good. I like the stories that I think with certain people with news, if they haven't done it a lot, it was his first time doing it. So I kind of catered the stories to like his personality. So like he's a horror movie guy, so we did the whole. So we did the whole Nightmare on Elm Street in development news, like Paramount getting the rights to that. So that was a good story for him. We had to do the Batman Part 2 getting delayed, which I don't think it was like. Maybe the best story for him, but he rolled with it and made it work.
That was a Dustin.
That was bad. That's the story for sure. And then
have you catered the news to me before?
No, not necessarily. I just think certain people.
This is a revelation on the.
Well, I think certain people will flow better if they can relate to the story, or if they are familiar, if they like the genre, or if I had someone on that did like comic movies, I was like, check out this Avengers Doomsday news, and they're like, man, I don't care about that. They're like, you can just tell, or you can just tell in their tone that they don't really care about the story.
What would you not put in one of my news episodes?
You know what? If I was thinking correctly, I wouldn't have included that Practical Magic 2 trailer from the last time you were on. I would have been like, no.
But I thought I did pretty good.
You handled it. You handled it well, and you switched it to me. They're like, yeah, I can see why you like this.
Well, but also too, like my ex loves Practical Magic, dude. When I sent that trailer to my ex, she was like, "Oh my god, I'm crying," So
Gonna go with all my ladies with my witch's brew and watch it on opening weekend.
Actually, I think she's taking her new boyfriend, which arrow through the heart. But hey, glad I could. Glad I could help.
He's gonna be. He might be miserable with that. I just wonder how many people will go see that second one if they haven't even seen the first one.
Yeah,
because
it's gonna be interesting to break that down.
It's a cult classic for the late. I have a friend that still isn't convinced this movie's gonna do well. I was like, I don't know, man. A lot of people like it.
Devil Wears Prada is the model. Let's go.
Yep, that was it's fucking over $600 million worldwide. It made more than Mandalorian and Grogu. It made more than the Star Wars movie. Like, who would have thought? Who would have thought that a sequel to a 20-year-old movie that no one really asked for a sequel to was going to make that much worldwide?
Yeah. Well, they just. Cinema continues to underestimate women. I think that's where we arrived last time.
Yeah, it really does. Because they still. That's every box office story. It's either horror movies surprise people. They're like, oh my god, that made so much money. Like, I don't know, horror's been in for a while. Or if a movie with a predominantly black cast opens well, they're like, oh wow, how'd that happen? Because we want stories too. And I'm not saying that all of them are good because I don't hop on the Tyler Perry train. My mom does, but I don't hop on it.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, he's like, I know this is a tangent, but he's one of those people that I respect the hustle and I respect, he came from nothing and he has made a very successful life. And, he has that whole studio in Atlanta and he employs, a lot of minorities who probably wouldn't even get jobs, in any other part of the industry if not for him. So I respect that. However, I just wish he was more Spike Lee than Tyler Perry. If that makes sense, because he's not really good.
So
he's not good. He's not really a good writer. He's not really a good director.
He was good.
He's a talented actor though. I liked him in Gone Girl. He was pretty good in his.
He was great. Okay, so this is funny because I don't know if you've ever watched the show Mr. Show with Bob and David. Bob Odenkirk,
Yeah.
David Cross, back in the day.
Yeah.
They did this sketch where they're like things that are overrated, and the one guy goes Quentin Tarantino, and he goes the actor, not the director. So in this case, it would be the reverse because dude, Tyler Perry is kind of a badass actor. He was in Ninja Turtles.
Oh, he was Baxter Stockman. I don't know who approved that casting though. I mean, that's crazy.
But like, in Gone Girl, he was kind of a badass.
Yeah, he was like the attorney, right? He had like swag.
Yeah,
I mean, he definitely
had swag. So you don't like he just cranked stuff
showed
out.
up. Yeah, he so you could tell that like because everything that has Tyler Perry's name on it, he is a writer, producer, editor, director. So like he like the very definition of like spreading himself like too thin. Like he just like he wants his hands in everything, and like he's probably someone that like could benefit from like a staff of writers, especially because he's doing TV shows, he's doing movies. Now I will say like his he hasn't had a theatrical release in forever. He's one of those like Netflix people now, kind of like Adam Sandler, where like his movies and TV shows thrive over there.
Yeah. Because his audience is just
back in the day. Tyler Perry something for like $5 million, it would open to $20 million, and it could drop like a ton of bricks that next weekend, but it's already turned to profit. So like, yeah. And it all started with his plays and stuff. Because my mom used to see his plays back in the day. Those little like they were like those community theater plays. That's how they got big. And then like Lionsgate, to their credit, they were the ones that like kind of saw that, and they bought the rights to one of them, and then one of them hit, and then they were like, okay, we want all your stuff. Give me your Medea. Give me your like Why Did I Get Married, and your Why Did I Get Married 2. I could do bad all by myself. Like they have names like that.
Dude, there was like a clip or something. I see it on social media once in a while where it's like, oh, dude, it's definitely I think it's a Tyler Perry movie, and this like jealous woman comes up, and this the kid answers the door, right? She like comes up to like the husband's house that she's been cheating with, right? And the wife, you know what I'm talking about? She shoots the kid.
Yeah. There's like everything he does is heavy-handed. There's like a movie he did called Temptation, which actually had a decent like log line, but like it was like basically the crux of it is like she started cheating on her husband, and then the moral of the story is she got AIDS. So I was like, why does it have to go there? It was like this is what happens when you cheat on, like I was like,
that's wild. I mean, the clip. I mean, please somebody find it and put it in the comments for us. Where like she comes in the guy's house and she's like, "Oh, you don't think?" And she like literally kills the kid and the wife and him, and it's crazy, dude. Like, I mean, you can't shoot a kid in a movie.
And then I know he was crossing over when he had like decent white actors in his movies. Like Kathy Bates has been in one of his movies. I was like, what are you doing, Kathy Bates? Like, why are you in a Tyler Perry movie?
Well, he did famously refuse to hire like 800 to 1,000 people because he wants to try AI first.
Oh, he did that too?
He was gonna hire 800 to 1,000 special effects creators for his studio in Atlanta, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna check out this AI thing.
And what effects was he doing? He doesn't even make effects heavy. He doesn't even make effects heavy movies.
Someone's got to make the kid fucking blow back when they. Yeah, I don't
know. We wasted 8 minutes of your time talking about Tyler Perry. That was unintentional.
I mean, if they're not laughing, then this is the wrong audience.
We do have some news. Actually, this is kind of like I even wasn't going to bring this up, but I want to see if you think it's going to happen because you're not going to spoil it. But Dustin's already seen Spider-Man Brand New Day. I haven't seen it as of this recording on Wednesday. The week it opens, I'm seeing it tomorrow. But what I find so amazing and out of this world, I think it's exciting. They said that this is going to push globally an $800 million opening this weekend globally, and over $300 million domestic opening.
I think it's going higher.
They said close to what Endgame. So Endgame opened domestically to like I forgot what the total was. It was in the $300 million range, like upwards of it, and and then I think it had like a over $1 billion opening weekend, which like this is not going to hit that maybe, but like Deadline has lowballed it, and they always lowball. Like they lowball, like, oh, it's gonna have a $465 million global opening weekend, and everyone that does like box office analysis, who are usually right, they're like, you guys don't even understand. It already broke pre-sale records in China. Like this thing is, they were like, you know, the only lowball they'll take is like 700, and then that's, you know, they don't think anything lower than that for as far as global opening weekend. They think 800 million plus though is like what they're looking at, which is crazy. I mean, I guess that's just the power of the character and a perfect storm of things. The character, Tom Holland, is being like, I think perfectly suited in the role now.
Yeah.
Doesn't help that he's married to his lady love, who's also been in the movies. That's a perfect storm of like marketing as well, because they've been on this whole like, you know, we married now train, which is great. But they weren't really, you know, they've been really private until this summer when they had to promote the Odyssey and this, and I don't know, like, you think it's going to be above 800 globally opening weekend?
Look, here in Chicago, I go to a theater, it's IMAX theater. You know, I'm a quality guy with my shit. I can't have people fucking talking and texting and yelling and whatever. So it's either IMAX or Alamo or like somewhere where it's like, although I know people are talking shit about Alamo right now because they switched over to a fucking whatever. But like,
we gotta try fun one here too.
I gotta have the premium format where people love the movie, right? And I'm telling you right now, I went to it because Marvel is fucking around with IMAX and with their dates for their movies. Spider-Man is not an IMAX. So tonight was my first experience in a Dolby cinema, and it's Wednesday night here in Chicago. I got lucky. I think I refreshed at the right time. I had the Amazon Prime, you know, early screening thing pulled up. I found one seat, right? It was the only seat available in all of Chicago, plus 5 miles. In the next 4 or 5 days. And I was like, boom, booked it. I was like, you know, rushing in there. I'm coming off of 6 phone calls and this crazy day I had and whatever. And I walk into like a wall of people dressed as Spider-Man, like on a Wednesday, right?
Oh, it was like a fan screening.
Dude, people were like shooting like webs in the fucking air and like whatever. And their kids were there, but they weren't being bitches and crying. They were like everyone's like, you know, like, it was so beautiful, like the experience, right? First of all, Dolby, 2 thumbs up. Still IMAX #1, Dolby #2. But the sound in a Dolby, oh my God, right? I had 3rd row seats, perfect. Recliner, perfect. Look, this movie absolutely blew me away. As people know, if they've listened to my ramblings on this program, that I am more of a Batman guy than anything, and you know, with enough prep time, yes, I do think that Batman could take out Spider-Man, but this movie works on so many levels. There are reveals, there are twists, there are cameos that you are not ready for, even if you think you are, and the theme of him being alone and isolated, bro. Dude.
I heard that some critics have like really loved that, like the whole like kind of introspective, character driven part of it. And that's why I've ignored some of the reviews that didn't really like that, who thought it was like too, you know, not as exciting as the previous entries. And they said the humor got dialed back a little bit because of how serious like the movie got. And I was like, all right, well, he's coming back from like, you know, being very isolated alone because he lost his aunt, and and people have forgotten who Peter Parker is because, you know, that dumbass fell.
I don't know how, like, there's so much to juggle from the last one to this, and somehow they introduce all of these people who weren't in the last one and this one. What you know, because we know Hulk's in it, we know the Punisher's in it. Which, let me fucking tell you, the stuff with him and Frank. I heard so really fucking amazing, dude. Like, I hope they put Frank Castle and him in so many movies, even if it's not a Spider-Man movie. Like Frank Castle,
I think a lot of people forget because like the Punisher was introduced in Amazing Spider-Man comics. Like I think it's like 120 something. I have to look it up. But
he actually gets hired to kill Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. So like,
and
a lot of people.
A nice nod.
I saw some people online were like, oh, why is he in a Spider-Man movie? I was like, oh, y'all dumb. Look it up. Google's your friend.
Yeah. And they nod to all that stuff between Frank and him because he's constantly like, he's still a young dude, and it's like Daredevil's always beating up on Punisher for killing people, right? But Daredevil doesn't stop him. You know, he's just like, oh, I get it. You had to slit that guy's throat and gouge his eyeballs out. I totally understand. Yeah. But like with Spider-Man, he's like, stop doing like it's like a whole thing. Yeah. And when they you know, there's a lot of moments that I think are just knock down, drag out great. You get a lot from the Punisher you're not expecting. Yeah. But dude, like, and then I don't know if I can say somebody from another team is on that. I mean, we've all kind of heard that she's. I don't know. If you want to spoil it.
Well. I heard two people, like females, maybe.
There's someone he's naked with in a scene. I don't know if you want me to say that.
Okay. That person showed up at the UK premiere, and I gave it away. If I'm thinking of the same person, yeah.
Yeah. So
she a Thunderbolt?
She is a Thunderbolt. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I know what you're talking about. And so that kind of gave it. Like, some people were like, "Why is she at the UK premiere?" This, and then that kind of gave it away that she's in it. I guess like.
And they've got a thing, and it's like perfect back and forth, and somehow like then you get Bruce Banner and the Hulk in this, which is you're gonna be happy no matter what side you fall on, and then on top of that, like you think that they're just gonna bury MJ and Ned. Not at all. It's like everything you could ask for from a Spider-Man movie. Somehow there is a scene in this movie, and I'm not going to say what. There's an action scene in this movie that I'm like, that is one of Marvel's best action scenes of all time. It's dope. Yeah, it's insane.
Apparently Destin Daniel Cretton was a good guy to direct it.
Right?
I mean, if you guys aren't going to give him his Shang-Chi sequel, which we should have had by now.
What the hell is up with that?
It was in development, but then they said things got restructured when they had to when they shifted over from because he was supposed to direct the Kang Dynasty too, and then that fell through for obvious reasons. But I'm glad they at least gave him Spider-Man. They were like, "Hey, you're a good director,
bro." He's about to get the next two Spider-Man movies,
and he's like, "And that Shang-Chi sequel gonna be in development until you're 80s. So we'll give you this first." And
there is one post-credit scene, just one. It's at the very end. Make sure you say.
Is it good? Because someone told me it wasn't worth it, but I don't know if I can trust this person.
I mean, it's definitely worth it. Number one, but it's a stinger, which means it hits you in the heart. You're like, wait, but what? And then it goes dark.
Yeah,
I mean, look, if you're a Spider-Man fan, you are going to be crying and cheering. If you're an action comic book Marvel fan, you're going to be crying and cheering. If you're just a casual, you're just going to be crying and cheering. I mean, this works for everybody.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I think it's going to go up higher than.
We were able to talk about this without giving it away because I hadn't seen it yet. I see it tomorrow, and you were able to I mean, I've been afraid to go because there's some reveals that I already knew were going to happen.
Yeah.
Like with certain characters, a certain character from Stranger Things. I was like, I already know who she is, and you could try to bait and switch me all you want. Sure. She a redhead, and we already got an MJ. So with Saga, that's not who she's playing.
Are you sure?
But I did hear from what I did hear though, they said that she owns the third act, which I thought was pretty cool to hear. Pretty cool to hear. Now some people I saw online said that it's weird that she takes the third act away from him. That some people thought that was the case. But everyone has their opinions on how this stuff goes. But I'm excited to watch it. People I trust really love it. I got some people saying they, Spider-Man 2 is like the end all be all for a lot of people who they think that's the best one, the Raimi one. And a lot of people are comparing it favorably to that, or even saying it's slightly better. So that's a good.
I don't know if I want to say this. This is gonna upset a lot of people that are listening. But I haven't seen Raimi's Spider-Man 2 in a long time.
Yeah.
But the 2 or 3 times, 6 times, 8 times I've seen it, 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I don't get it.
It's I actually literally like it a lot. It's the whole and I know it's such a basic story, but I think that's why people like Spider-Man so much is that.
But he just floats away.
It really tapped into that whole especially the second one, especially that this whole balancing this whole work life thing going on where
Sure,
he's like, oh, I have this responsibility as this hero, but I can barely pay my rent. And then my aunt's losing her house. I want to help her, but I can barely like stay afloat.
She
and
just found out that I killed my uncle.
And then I have this complicated thing with Mary Jane. And then like this is my best friend, but my best friend thinks my alter ego murdered his father, and he doesn't know that like I'm that alter ego. There's like so much going on that's like pretty cool, deep coming of age. I think that's why people like it a lot because it really is. It really is a Peter Parker story first and a Spider-Man movie second. I think. And I think that's why people really enjoy it. But
maybe I need to see it again.
But you're allowed to see it. They say that it's not your favorite. Now, as long as you'll say that Spider-Man 3 is your favorite, then I'll be like, oh God,
get out of here. Boop, boop, boop. No, but like, look, I love the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. Like they've been fun, but like they've always had that emotional. He gets the shit kicked out of him in the second one after Tony Stark dies and all that, whatever. But like. This one, dude. First of all, Daniel Craig is like fucking bonkers director.
I heard he did most of it, a lot of it practically as much.
Wait, Daniel Craig?
Cretin, Creton.
I was like, wait a minute, Daniel Craig, that's James Bond.
Yeah. No, I heard that he did a lot of it practically, and then a lot of people are saying this is the best that Spider-Man has looked in action on film.
Just the what? Yeah, but even like the scenes where he's like walking around as Peter Parker, the way that it's like, I don't know, man. It looks like David Fincher guest shot some stuff on this.
And they said this is Tom Holland's best performance as the character too. They said that he's really good,
hands down.
Having one hell of a summer that Tom Holland.
Oh my god!
So like I mean I'm impressed with that. There is a lot of weird revisionist history with these Tom Holland ones because all of them, including this new one, are in the 90% range on Rotten Tomatoes. They are well received critically, but like I could have sworn 5 years ago everyone was like, I fucking love No Way Home, and now people are like, it's all fan service and blah blah blah. And then like people with Far From Home is like not that good, it's ass. And I was like, what? And same thing with Homecoming. I was like, and now everyone wants to shit on John Watts. I was like, let's not shit on John Watts. He directed three really good Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know where the revisionist history comes from.
You know what's crazy about that?
They seem like they were well received when
they're starting to do it with Deadpool and Wolverine. That shit made $2 billion.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Movie sucked. I'm like, whoa, what?
Yeah.
I could find a fucking tweet where you said it was awesome and everyone should go see it. What are you doing?
I think my buddy was like with Far From Home. He's like, it's not that I hate it. It's entertaining, but like I need a bigger hook than like Spider-Man goes on a field trip. And I was like, oh, that's funny. I guess that is like the crux of the movie because it's structured like a teen movie almost. Like it's like and like because he's like trying to maintain like being like a young adult and having a crush on a girl and like all this other stuff, right? And then they're on this like class trip. So like Homecoming and Far From Home feel like they're structured like almost like John Hughes movies. And I think that's why some people like they're maybe too kiddie for a lot of people. But I always thought that like in the midst of all that, there was still some like serious like character building stuff in all of them.
You know what's insane? And I'll mention it to you because you'll understand it and appreciate it probably is that Far From Home, second one, was the first movie in the Marvel cycle to mention the multiverse, and they never credit it for that, even though like Mysterio was a fucking faker and like whatever.
Yeah, he faked it.
He knew enough to say I'm from another, and he was the 616 or whatever the fuck. But like that was the first, and people want to say, this Doom doesn't have enough build up, whatever. Really, because the movie after Endgame, they were talking about the multiverse. What the fuck? Yeah.
And obviously people say that movie didn't really have like a good hook or anything in it. And I was like, well, it did have a hook that it could really promote, but like I remember being in the theater at the end of that movie when he like revealed his identity to everybody, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "So everybody and their mama knows he's Spider-Man?" Like,
he revenge porn, fucking.
He did. And I love like everyone's face being like, "Oh, this is no good." You have like MJ down there, like, "What's going on?" Like, this is not good for my man. Like, what's happening?
Not at all. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I mean, I guess revisionist history is cool because like it goes both ways. Sometimes like it changes how people perceive not great movies. People look at not great movies now as like, oh wait, we kind of misunderstood it back then. And then we have the opposite of that, where it's like people loved something and then they think about it a few years later and they're like, it wasn't that good.
Yeah,
but like, you know,
2 years, a year later,
you would
2 years later.
You would think some of these Tom Holland Spider-Man movies were garbage the way people talk about them. I'm like, man, when you got people, when you got them two Amazing Spider-Man movies chilling, and I love Andrew Garfield. He's actually my favorite Spider-Man. Someone made a point that said, I said, and I agree with them. I think Andrew Garfield's the best Spider-Man, but Tom Holland might be the best Peter Parker. That could change tomorrow when I watch the movie.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Because like, you know, a lot of people thought that Andrew Garfield was too cool to be Peter Parker. Like, he didn't really play him like a nerd. He played him more like a like reckless kind of like
James
skater,
Dean kinda,
like skater boy. Yeah.
Like,
like, oh, he's not a nerd.
A rebel's a rebel, my friends. You know,
like
whatever.
Let it go. I mean, I thought he was good. So.
I would agree with that. I think he to me he is the best Spider-Man, and then Tom Holland is the best. Although after this one, I think a lot of people are gonna be changing that ranking up a bit.
They're gonna give Tom Holland both.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is
so we got Toby in third. I feel like Toby is nostalgia bait. I'm not saying he wasn't good. I mean, like when we had him, I think he was
good. A 38-year-old man trying to be a 20-year-old and shit. Or a 18-year-old.
He wasn't that old when he made the first one. I think he was in his late 20s though, right? Andrew Garfield wasn't that young either. I mean, he was in
but he looked young.
Yeah.
I've never really been. I mean, I appreciate everything Tobey Maguire has done, but he's not he's my least favorite Spider-Man.
Yeah, I like it's one of those things too where like I feel like in the moment when we had him, I liked him, and I actually don't mind revisiting those movies.
He's
the last time I didn't do it for this one because I'm way too busy. But when No Way Home came out, I actually rewatched all of them leading up to No Way Home, and you know the Tobey Maguire ones do give you, and I know people don't always love this, but it is a great sense of nostalgia. I remember that like 2002 when the first one came out. That was like I had just graduated high school, and it was like, you know, a big summer movie, and I was like, this is gonna be so good, this is gonna be so fun. The fact that it had more traction than like Star Wars Attack of the Clones, that was a big deal. That it was like that movie was overpowering a Star Wars movie, and it was a pretty big summer for Spider-Man. It had the biggest opening weekend ever on record at the time, which is crazy because that number has been eclipsed so hard since then. But like $114 million opening weekend was huge in 2002. And, you know, and Spider-Man 2 came out, and like everyone really loved that. And then Spider-Man 3 came out, and not so much. They had to go back to the drawing board after that. Yeah. So like, no matter what, you know, how you feel about the movies, there's always an excitement for the character and where they're gonna take it. And that's why I think out of all the comic book IPs, like, I mean, Batman, I love Batman, but like a Batman movie's not making $800 million globally on opening weekend. That's only Spider-Man. On opening weekend, I didn't say total. On opening weekend, that's not happening.
Well,
Spider-Man. Okay, $800 million on opening weekend globally is like you're in in-game territory. That's like a team up. Avengers movie.
No, I agree, but we haven't seen, and I don't think we ever will, like Burton Batman, right? We're never gonna see. I don't care what. Dude,
the whole like the 1989 like pop culture, just like how it entered the zeitgeist the way it did. And
because like a lot of people aren't taking their kids to fucking the Robert Pattinson Batman because it's too dark.
And also like that, you know, people like a lot of studios to this day say that Batman '89 taught them how to market.
There's no Marvel cinematic. There's nothing without the 1989.
Because like you hear like people talking about it like it was like it's a magical time. Like, you guys remember Batmania in 1989? Like you had to be there.
Because at that time people were like, what do you mean you're gonna make a dark, violent movie with Jack Nicholson about that TV show in 1966? That's what people thought, you know, like no, the comic book.
I love the story of how they were filming it. They weren't quite done, but they had enough footage to cut together like this like teaser trailer of like what the movie would look like, and that was like, and that shut everybody up.
Yeah,
they were like, y'all making a real Batman movie? Not they thought we were getting a bunch of like Pal, Zap, Zoink.
Yeah.
But that had a lot to do with like casting Michael Keaton, who was known mostly for comedies and dramas, and like, you know, Jack Nicholson being an outlier as a Joker, they're probably like, all right, that's serious, but like, what? We still don't know what to expect from this.
He got top billing over Michael Keaton, which is crazy. You go back and look at the poster; the names are actually reversed. It says Nicholson, Keaton, right?
And that didn't happen again in the Batman movie until Batman and Robin, when Schwarzenegger got top billing over George Clooney. So like that.
But that's what I mean. We've never seen Spider-Man will always be popcorn. That's popcorn film capable of reaching those emotional highs. Batman will be an emotional popcorn-esque film that's capable, but we don't really know. I mean, look, I don't think there's any world we live in where you have two Spider-Man franchises going at the same time. And a lot of people will agree with me or disagree with me.
Well, I guess you have, you mean live action? Because you have the Spider-Man
at the same time, yeah.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Batman, I mean, we've come close to it so many times. Yeah. They don't want to do it because they're worried, but like,
I mean, and then James Gunn could. I mean, he's been wanting. He has that one guy who directed The Flash attached to the.
I love James Gunn, but man, like you and I talked about it a little bit with the Supergirl shit. Like, if James Gunn slaps a pair of underwear over the suit on a Batman movie, I'm out. I'm out. Just give me my patents and shit. I'll be good. Like, there's no reason why Superman and Batman are rolling around in their underwear punching people. Like,
yeah, that's true. I don't think it works. I don't think it works today. But you know what? That attitude is why they changed the X-Men suits back in the day when the first X-Men movie came out. That's why they gave them black leather instead of
how those movies do.
They did well, but in hindsight, people are like, hey, I don't know if it's revisionist history on that, but like a lot of people look at them now because they're like, because the Doomsday trailer we're going to talk about a little bit later, like you have Cyclops in his actual Cyclops outfit in the trailer and stuff.
Oh, the new one?
Yeah, it's not.
But he's not
a black. It's not a black leather suit. I mean, it means you can actually make the costumes from the comic book look good without just throwing them in tights.
But they did. But the one thing they did not put him in is the yellow underwear.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, no one's doing. Dude, I don't care. Put Batman in his. I mean, I kind of hate it, but put Batman in the dark blue and gray or whatever. But don't do the underwear.
Honestly, I do remember people being upset about the X-Men costumes. My buddy was one of them. He was like, I don't understand this whole like black leather thing, and it was because
bro, it's BDSM.
It wasn't like they were like, yeah, right. It wasn't like they were in trench coats or anything, but I think the whole style was like the Matrix. It was like that was like the early 2000s.
Well, also it was Bryan Singer too, so who knows what was going on.
I know, man. The tales from those movies, like because Alan Cummings said when he got the call to do to be Nightcrawler again in Doomsday, that he had to really mull it over because he said his experience making X2 was horrific, and he said not because of the makeup, that was like an added torture was the makeup, but it was not a good experience. And like a lot of people have talked about, Bryan Singer was in, and that's why I'm so amazed that X2 turned out to be probably one of the better comic book movies ever made, because they said Bryan Singer was
a monster,
not in his right mind.
No.
That story that Alan Cumming actually co-signs in his book, that Hugh Jackman almost got hurt doing a stunt, and Halle Berry was like, no more of this, and they marched to his trailer in their X-Men outfits to go tell him off. And I was like, and she led the way and called him a son of a bitch, and they were like, Alan Cumming was like, true story. And they all walked over in their X-Men outfits.
That's dope.
You almost killed our lead actor. Like, what's wrong with you? Because he was high and fucked up. On top of that, wasn't even the weirder stuff that he was became known for later. He was he had other personal problems going on while making those movies, which is why I think it's crazy they brought him back for Days of Future Past, which actually turned out to be good too. I mean, maybe he makes his best movies when he's high. I don't know, but he
was having some parties too that were kind of
he was the best. All right, let's get to some actual news, guys. 33 minutes in.
We hope you enjoyed the gossip.
Well, we did talk about the box office and stuff.
It's topical. I mean, look, man, they're in it.
It's gonna be a big weekend between the Odyssey still doing well, and I think actually both movies are gonna kill it this weekend. The Odyssey the Odyssey only dropped I forgot it 20-something%. It was 19% was low, and so that was, and everyone thinking that movie was gonna flop. Hope they're eating crow right now.
Yeah. Way to
But
go,
they keep moving the goalposts, trying to like, well, it's not doing this, it's not doing that. Like,
yeah, and they also say like, "Oh my God, the woke media mob bought up all the tickets." Dude, like, we know you're an incel racist. Just fuck off. Like,
exactly.
shut up. Shut up. You lost. You lost.
So, keeping in the spirit of comic books, we'll start with this first. One story that I've been manifesting for years. Ryan Gosling is going to join the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Ghost Rider. An idea that he pitched to Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios. It won't come out until 2028. They're not going to work on any movies in between, like Doomsday and Secret Wars. They're going to wait till after Secret Wars to make this movie and Black Panther 3, which we'll go into after this. But yeah, he pitched him on this idea. I'm all for Ryan Gosling doing it. Sean Levy is the director, though. That has some people not as excited. He did do Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
So yes, he did Free Guy. He's done some stuff that like isn't. I think he did Real Steel too. A lot of people like that movie with Hugh Jackman. It's like the Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie, which is not really a Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie, but basic plot
kind of is. Yeah.
He had been wanting to play this part forever, and also like fun little circle of life moment. His lady love Eva Mendes was in Ghost Rider with Nicolas Cage, so there's that. Wow. So she won't be in this because, but she did. All Eva Mendes does now is like be happily retired from acting. She does her little makeup line stuff, and then when Ryan Gosling gets cast in the movie, she posts little fun stuff on Instagram. So she posted a picture of herself from Ghost Rider, saying that she helped manifest this. So I thought that was cute. What do we think? Some people are. My buddy was like, I hate that Ryan Gosling is like stuck in this like IP like blockbuster hell that he's in, but he's choosing to be in it because he has that Star Wars movie that's coming out next year, also directed by Sean Levy. So this is like people have been like fan casting this for a long time this way.
Yeah.
So it's happening 2028. What do you think about the choice, and do you think the choice of director is on point?
I love this. Like, I actually was like watching like a live stream of like John Campea or something. Obviously, because I didn't go to San Diego, but and they were like doing the announcements in close to real time. Yeah. And they had the logo. You had somebody in the room, and I was like, I was super hyped when I heard this, and I think this is okay for dude. Yes, Ryan Gosling is in the MCU as Ghost Rider, and it's not going to be a one and done. It's not going to be a Jake Gyllenhaal Mysterio
because he's like in his 40s, right? But he like looks like a very young, vibrant 40, and I think he's in this stage of his career where he's talked about like he doesn't really want to because his kids are getting older.
Sure.
And he really doesn't want to do, even though I hate this because I'm like, those movies still exist. You made Blue Valentine, they'll still find it. Yeah. But he doesn't want to make movies like that anymore because his kids are getting older and they can.
Well, for now, maybe.
Yeah. So like I personally don't mind him being in his IP bag because like for the most part he's done that. I mean, Barbie I thought was good. I enjoyed that. I loved Project Hail Mary. I finally watched that. I thought that was really good.
Yeah, it was good.
I actually liked that was the one he did I think like a summer or two ago with Emily Blunt where he's a stunt guy. I don't know why I'm blaming.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that one
now, but it didn't do that well, but he was good in that. So like yeah, he's not doing the stuff that he used to do that people really love him from, like Place Beyond the Pines and Drive and all that, but I don't think this is like bad either. I mean, I think like and also some people were like, well, what direction is this Ghost Rider movie going to take because of the director choice? Is it going to be like I don't know enough about Ghost Rider as a comic book IP to know like what direction it has to get. Like I've seen him on like I used to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like that take on the character was like a bit more serious, wasn't campy. So I don't know what way they're gonna go. Are they gonna make something like serious and dark, or if it's gonna be? And then of course I've seen the Nicolas Cage one, which it's Nicolas Cage though, so it kind of falls in it.
Yeah,
can't be no matter how you look at it.
CGI fest.
Yeah. So I don't know what direction they're gonna take it. So it is.
Do you remember like your first experience in a comic book shop, or you walked into a comic book shop as a kid and you saw all the like the colors and the characters and all of that? So for me, I don't know what it was for you, but for me, like the first fucking thing that I saw, of course, was like the dark stuff. Was like this dude, this skeleton with its head on fire with a chain, and a fucking shotgun and a motorcycle, and then there was Batman
you're like,
over
that's,
here.
You're like, that's my bag right there.
And there's Punisher over
more of that
here,
guy.
and I'm like, oh yeah. So I think, first of all, we know Ryan Gosling is not afraid to get dark with it. We know that Marvel is not afraid of issuing R-rated stuff, right? We know that Sean Levy, or what are we doing with his last name? Levy? Sean Levy. Well, then that's Eugene Levy. Sean Levy.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, okay, right.
Okay,
Sean Levy, right? He did Deadpool and Wolverine. That's two guys breaking each other's bones and stabbing each other in the fucking face. Like they're not afraid to get dark, but I think with this, this is. I hope that it's more true to the comic and whatever, but let him cook. I mean, dude, this is so good for comic fans. This is even better for comic fans who are movie fans, and this is amazing for movie fans. Ryan Gosling is a generational talent, right? And he's allowed to be even Marlon Brando went and cut 2 Superman movies, right? For a fucking $1 jillion. Exactly. And if you don't think Ryan Gosling's not going to go back to serious acting when his kids are 14 and 15, you're out of your mind. So let him do his thing. I hope we get at least 3 of these. I hope they're violent and still have humor. I think that they are, dude, Sean Levy is a perfect person to do this. I mean, I would ask the audience, do we want fucking, David Fincher to do a Ghost Rider? Of course we do, but that's never going to happen. Like
he has like a ton of stuff in development. I guess some of this would can go, it can wait, but like he has Ghost Rider and Star Wars is coming out next year. Star Wars Starfighter. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 movies in development, but they might fall apart. But then I'm looking at his filmography. So Deadpool and Wolverine, he did the Atom Project with Ryan Reynolds, Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. Yeah. He did Night of the Museum. I forgot how he did those. He did The Internship. So he did a lot of comedies before he switched over to these action things. He did Date Night with Tina Fey. He did a lot of comedies before. Pink Panther, Cheaper by the Dozen. Oh, so that's why some people are like, whoa, he was a comedy guy and then switched over into this kind of hybrid action comedy stuff that he does now.
Yeah.
I think he's like I said, Deadpool, Wolverine, and I think maybe because that even though it was ultraviolet, it was kind of funny ultraviolet.
Sure.
Even though it has some serious scenes, there's some serious Hugh Jackman stuff in that. That I think.
Dude, he played a Wolverine who let the entire X-Men universe fucking die. I mean, there was a tortured, drunken, violent gun to the head. I mean, dude, y'all don't remember the car scene where they were beating the fucking shit out of each other and killing each other, and then Johnny Storm getting skinned alive and all that shit. I mean, look, I hope it gets an R rating. I hope this is the first domino to fall in I don't care if it's called Midnight Suns, call it whatever the fuck you want, Dark Avengers, anything, right? But I think this is the first domino to fall. If Ghost Rider does well, there is no way in hell that they're not then going to go and pick up Moon Knight and do something with Moon Knight, get the Punisher in and do, or whatever other IP is there for Marvel that's dark, right? Look, we can all joke about Blade and shit, but that IP is still sitting there. They own it.
Yeah. They don't own Mahershala Ali anymore, though.
No, but maybe that is as much as I wanted to see Mahershala Ali as Blade, maybe that's a blessing that maybe they can do a Midnight Suns now.
I wonder if they're leery about doing these announcements at Comic-Con after that, because when did he get announced as Blade? Was that 2019?
2019, 7 years.
Yeah, so they announced him as Blade, and that never happened. But I guess they do seem like they're more confident this time about there's this whole thing about quality over quantity. That was the whole theme of Hall H.
But dude, to go back to what you said, their panel completely inside and out was 38 minutes long. And there was no Shang-Chi 2 at all. Where the fuck is dude? Just give the man a seat.
Well, they are the directors promoting Spider-Man. They say he's it's in development. Like what stage of like
Okay.
what stage development of like we'll get to that when we get to it. That's
If
the
it
stage
was
it's in,
like
bro.
Doomsday, Ghost Rider, the new re-release of Endgame, Shang-Chi 2 would have been the perfect
Yeah.
thing. I know D23 they're going to release the whole X-Men cast or whatever.
Yeah,
and
because I'm pretty sure because they already got at least one, but I'm pretty sure they probably have all of their like new X-Men lined up already.
I think so, yeah.
Got these kids having to lie. I mean, not kids, but like all these like young actors like
Yeah.
seeing their names pop up in fan casting. They're like, "Oh, I am Cyclops." I just can't talk. I can't say it yet.
I know, yeah. Yeah. It's funny to watch the interviews with for the Spider-Man movie and the mystery character. Can't think of her name. Sadie Sink. Yeah, she just can't say
how annoyed I'd be to be on a press junket and they're like, and I can't talk about who I am in the movie. This is why I couldn't do a movie like this because I'd be like, she's
literally sits there just with her arms crossed, like
and she's gotten good at like kind of talking around it as a fun thing and like the latest interviews. But you can tell in the beginning, I was like, I hope they prepped her like on how to avoid these questions. Because they they've let her walk the carpet and do all this stuff because she has to, like she's one of the bigger stars in the movie but there's no way I could be in something like this and like get interviewed on the regular like on this big international press tour and I can't talk about who I'm playing.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. But to go back to what you're saying, I think Marvel is nervous because of Mahershala Ali. Honestly though, I think they're really nervous because like Thunderbolts should have done better and it didn't. So I think we'd have a lot more. Because I remember when Endgame was over, they did Spider-Man 2 as the end cap, right? It was like that was the multiverse saga over and done. And then they had all these crazy announcements. And I was like, wow, this is so weird and cool, right? And then somebody said, I think Kevin Feige told somebody, like, we're going to do smaller teams. So 1 or 2 or 3 movies that lead up to smaller team buildups, multiple smaller teams, and then do an Avengers. And I was like, oh, we're going to get Thunderbolts. We're going to get Midnight Suns. We're going to get, and none of that came to fruition. And then they do Thunderbolts. Dude, if Thunderbolts would have been the follow-up to Endgame after Spider-Man, I would have crushed, right? Imagine if they swapped out Eternals for Thunderbolts. Guaranteed blockbuster.
Yeah, but Justice for Eternals. I mean, even though I didn't love it when I saw it in theaters, it's much better. It's much better in second viewing. Like
I agree.
And the waste that cast is a shame. I mean, we had Angelina Jolie in the MCU and just wasted it.
Just dumped it.
Yep. And for those that don't know, the most common, most popular Ghost Rider is Johnny Blaze, who is a stunt motorcyclist who agrees to give his soul to Satan, later revealed to be an arch-demon named Mephisto, to save the life of his foster father. At night, and when around, evil Blaze finds his flesh consumed by hellfire, causing his head to become a flaming skull. There's also Robbie Reyes, is another version of Ghost Rider. I'm assuming that Ryan Gosling will be playing the Johnny Blaze version.
I hope so.
Well, there's also a Danny Ketch, who's a new Ghost Rider from 1998, from 1998. So I guess that's another possibility. But yeah, so like that's a concept that is dark by nature. It sounds really dark, but like
dude's fucking face is exploding into a flaming skull
and a hellfire. And I guess keeping with the Marvel announcement news, we have a new Black Panther, technically. David Jonsson playing Prince T'Challa, who was introduced as a kid in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So that means that after Secret Wars, I'm assuming there's just going to be like a time jump or to age him up.
Something.
I was actually really happy with that news because he's been in some stuff that I really like. I loved him in The Long Walk. He was really, really good in that.
Yeah.
I think Ryan Coogler saw because apparently this casting happened 6 months ago. Kevin Feige said that they were in agreement with Ryan Coogler, like, hey, we're gonna look for the new Black Panther, but you're in the middle of your Oscar like campaign for Sinners, so like we're gonna let you finish that. And he thought like as soon as that's over, like then we'll get to it. But he said he got a call like in the middle of it. It was like I found the guy, and Kevin was like, oh, I thought we were waiting, and then Kevin like watched some of his movies. I already seen some of his movies and was pretty okay with it. They had to go in that direction eventually. So
Yeah,
I know with the second movie, and I hadn't watched I watched it a few months ago and I hadn't watched it since theaters, but Wakanda Forever is a lot better than people give it credit for. It's really long, but like how it handles the whole passing of Chadwick Boseman in general, I think it's pretty really well done considering that is not the direction they were going in. And and I heard that everyone making that movie was pretty much consumed by the grief of losing him, and it wasn't necessarily a fun movie to make, but they got through it for him. And it's actually much better than I think people give it credit for. But I think this will be a nice little, they did that one, they put him to rest as a character and as an actor who was their friend and someone they loved, and now they can move on to this kind of like passing of the torch. And I hate to say this because they try to do that with Letitia Wright, in the second one, because as a default until they found a replacement. But I don't know, I think it's a good choice. I like him as an actor. He I also Denzel Washington is still attached to being this too, as a someone.
Yeah,
Ryan Coogler won't say exactly who
villain.
But like I also feel like Denzel Washington is like leading up to like his retirement tour. Like by like I'll do a comic movie. I'll do this. I'll do that. Like
you got to get the Equalizer 4 out of him first.
Yeah, because he's getting older. He's in his like 70s. Which is like crazy thing that Denzel Washington.
Oh no.
But yeah. So like we know that like there's gonna be big names attached to it and all that, and we have this. So
yeah.
I also Kevin Feige loves the concept that Ryan Coogler might shoot on 70 millimeter IMAX, as he did that with Sinners for certain scenes. Ryan Coogler and Christopher Nolan are also buddies in that regard. They swap filming technique, stories, and all that. So I'm excited for it. I thought it was a good choice. I don't know who else I would want to play the role. They had all these other guys who like were a bit like I've seen other stuff. Like the guy from F1 was another one who were a bit like beefier than this kid, and there were some complaints that like they went with a smaller person than like someone who had stature, but like I mean one as if homie can't bulk up if he wanted to for a role, and he will. He has time. This is another one that's coming later. I think it's another 2028 one. So
yeah,
he has time, and I think he's a really good actor too. They got a really good actor to play the part.
Oh man, yeah. So gossip column for you a little bit. Apparently the dude from F1, I don't know his name, he was cast up until 6 months ago, but he started dating Michael B. Jordan's ex, and Ryan Coogler is best buddies with Michael B. Jordan, and so
this guy is Damson Idris, who is also on
so everyone thought it was Damson Idris that was good, and he would have been a perfect.
Yeah, I think he thought. I mean, I guess he did think or knew, because like people were asking him in interviews, and he was like all coy, but coy in that way of like, I know something you don't know, kind of.
Yeah. I think he would have been a perfect Black Panther, but this gentleman that they got, like dude, he's such a good actor. Just look at all you got to do is look at his performance from Alien Romulus. He has a fucking vulnerability that only someone who's taking the torch as hard as it is, like you said, from Chadwick Boseman, man. Like Chadwick Boseman is like the James Dean of this generation. He did like a handful of movies, gone. But like it's so tragic that we won't even process it for another 20 years. And he got one Black Panther movie in there. He got his Avengers, whatever. But like this, if you look into this actor's eyes, you can see what they're doing. It's like I am a king. I am a whatever. I'm the next Black Panther. But also, there's like this sadness, this vulnerability that he has that I don't think
he kind of had. He had it in Alien Romulus, even though he was playing like a
dude, crazy vulnerability.
He also had it in The Long Walk. I mean, like it's interesting because like the Long Walk, no matter, even though it's this like really treacherous kind of like really hard story about these young people putting themselves through this. in order to win this contest. Like it
Basically,
also
where our country's going.
Yeah, it's basically, but it's also this really compelling tale of like friendship, because even though only one of them can win, they end up bonding all these people on this like long walk, and like his character in particular with Cooper Hoffman's character, they are like the heart and soul of this movie, and like it's something like you said, it's in his eyes. I mean, he really has this like vulnerability, sensitivity there, but also like strength at the same time.
Like there's like a toughness. Yeah.
So like I think he was a really good choice for it.
The only people who had that, I mean, again, I'll invoke his name again. Marlon Brando had that. James Dean had that. Johnny Depp has that. Denzel Washington has that. Oh God, what's his name from? I can't think of his name. Actor from I can't think of his name, whatever. But only and I'm not saying like but only the best actors have that thing in their eyes and their face, right? Yeah, he's got that, and he went up there and he was just like, did the Wakanda like. What a moment, man! What a cool moment. I wish they would have like let that play out a little bit longer, because they were just like
and honestly, they had a video of him backstage before, like how you have like all like the stage hands or who like guide him out there, like all right, you go, and you could tell like it was a mix of him being excited but like nervous to like step out there, because like
oh man,
if you've ever been in Hall H is like crazy. I mean, it's a pretty massive room full of people, and it's very much a bunch of comic book nerd enthusiasts just waiting to like see what you have to offer, right? So like he's being thrown out there as like the new face of this IP.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think it's good. I think it was a good choice, and I love that Ryan Coogler like was like that he has this like good enough working relationship with Kevin Feige where there he's like we'll do it after the campaign. Ryan's like, no, I already had my secret meeting. I know who I want. And he's like, okay, and he like. And there wasn't really, and I guess there wasn't even pushback. He basically was like, yeah, he watched some of his movies and he like respected his choice, and he was like, all right, let's go with that. Let's like talk to him and make him an offer, and like they did. So like I think it works.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, completely. I think it works so well. I'm glad they went with. I would have been happy with Damson Idris, but this guy has something else that is so rare, and I think he'll do something really special with the character, and I think that they'll do something special with everything they include him in, because let's be real, if we're just getting our T'Challa Jr. and Black Panther 3, there's gonna be a lot more Black Panther movies and spin-offs and all kinds of shit. There's gotta be, dude. And like I heard all these other, and again, gossip column for you, I saw the dudes at New Rockstars, and I saw John Campea reporting that they saw Denzel Washington getting in and out of cars in San Diego all weekend, and for some reason,
and then he was there.
Maybe that's why they cut the fucking shit short. But like, I thought for sure we're gonna get Denzel coming out talking about
like as being the villain or something in it,
dude. I mean, Denzel Washington's one of the greatest actors of all time, and like.
Yeah, and get him in the MCU before he like hangs up his his acting cape. That'd be great.
Insane.
All right, let's talk about sequels we don't need. Days of Thunder 2. Days of Thunder 2 has a director in talks, Jonathan Levine. He directed 50-50, which I actually really did like, and Warm Bodies. I like that too. This doesn't really scream that he can direct Days of Thunder, but but yes, Tom Cruise is returning to star and also produce alongside Jerry Bruckheimer. Jerry Bruckheimer produced the original 1990 racing drama that was once directed by Tony Scott, and that followed Cruise as Cole Trickle, a scrappy race car driver who gets recruited to a new NASCAR team by a retired racing legend played by Robert Duvall. Also, fun fact, that's how Tom Cruise met Nicole Kidman, to whom he was married to for 11 years. He met her on this set. For every good idea, I just love, like we talked about last week on the, you weren't on it, but like we talked about how I love the idea of Digger and like Tom Cruise like doing some acting, and then I hear that he wants to bring this back. And like, I guess like, I remember when F1 was coming out and everyone was joking about like, oh, they should do an F1 Days of Thunder crossover. And then I thought it was like kind of a joke, but then like they would interview like Bruckheimer on the red carpet. They're like, oh no, I see the vision. They're like, oh, I was like, don't do this. But whatever.
There were two different kinds of racing.
The movie wasn't even that like.
No, it was a kind of a bomb. I thought.
Like it didn't like flop by any means. Like
remember the wheelchair race in Days of Thunder? They raced the wheelchairs down the hallway.
I haven't like watched the movie in so long. Did that happen in that?
Yes, they both get in. They both guys who are racing each other. They get injured. They're so competitive that they race their wheelchairs down the hallway, and it's shot like a full-on racing action scene. There's a wheelchair race in Days of Thunder.
So this came out in 1990. It's produced by Bruckheimer. It has. I think they thought this was like, okay, it's gonna be our next Top Gun. And you could just like,
of course they did.
It didn't like. It came out during the summer. It was poised to be like a big summer hit. It came out June 27, 1990. It made $82 million domestic, $157.9 million worldwide, which is not bad in 1990 money, but I think they expected to do a lot better, especially here in the States. So no one is. I mean, Top Gun getting a sequel. People have been talking about that for a long time. I mean, even though that's an older movie, I have not heard anyone in their cult classic bag being like, I need a sequel to Days of Thunder. Maybe it's wrong of me because I haven't like seen it in forever. I do distinctly remember the poster though, like the kind of like purple,
it's like orange,
just like Tom Cruise's face, orange, purple. Yeah, I do remember that distinctly.
Me too.
I don't know. Do you want this? Do you need it? I don't know. It's up to you.
I don't want it.
I do love the name though. Cole Trickle is like one of the best character names ever.
Yeah, for sure. Cole Trickle for sure. I don't want it. I don't need it. Will I see it? Probably. I mean, I think they're like. It's hard, right? Because what are some other Tom Cruise IP you'd rather see him do than this? The Firm 2 or something? like what?
Cocktail 2.
Cocktail 2 would be dope. Yeah. Honestly, I would rather see Cocktail 2, to be honest. But what else what are some other big? I mean, what's that one?
Nothing from his 90s run. Like
Emily Blunt. The End is the beginning. What is the fucking movie
called? Edge Tomorrow. Edge Tomorrow. They've been trying to make a sequel to that for a while. I think that movie is good on its own. I don't think
they should, but but they could. I'd rather watch that than this. But when this new trailer hits, I mean, they did shit with Top Gun did not need a sequel, or did it?
Because it turned to a great film, which was like crazy. It wasn't just
so that could happen with this. I think that'll happen with this too, right? Like. Do I want to see a Vanilla Sky 2? Yeah, but not really. But
the thing is, it's the thing with Top Gun. Like, even though like Top Gun was like a popcorn movie, but it was like highly successful. It really was a pop culture phenomenon in the 80s. I don't think this was like even like
not even close.
It's like a cult movie, and I don't know about it. Like the people
not even close.
Okay.
No,
I not producing the same people and all that, but
not from where I sit. But I just think that they're like, yo, you have the magic juice. Like, what else do you want to resurrect? And maybe he wants to prove, like, hey, the second one's better than the first. Well, I mean, like, imagine if you're going through your whole career and you're like, man, I know this fucking Mission Impossible just did $1 billion, but fuck, 27 years ago, that Days of Thunder. I'm gonna get back to that, or whatever. Like whatever.
It's like what has Cole Trickle been up to for like since 1990?
Oh my god!
Jesus.
Yeah, so and maybe he does something interesting with it. Maybe he's a drunk or something, and he's fucking belly up, and he's like trying to figure out how to. And they put together a racing team. I don't know, but I do think that F1 inspired this shit. And
I think it did too, and then it made all that money. Like it made so much money. Like I
heard they're doing a sequel to F1 as well, but then but Brad Pitt won't come back or some shit. I don't know. I heard that in the rumor, but
I'm gonna say the lamest joke. I was like, they call it F2, which was like so so bad. The dumbest joke ever. You know what, Tom? Tom Cruise is still worrying about doing a sequel to Days of Thunder. Like, maybe be a better dad, because I heard that Surrey drops his last name. Like, I was like,
I did. Yeah, I read that too. Yeah.
And apparently he's never really been in real life. So, sorry. I love Tom Cruise the actor, but Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise the person has made some questionable choices.
Oh yeah.
But he makes great movies. So I think we ignore it because of that.
Totally. I mean, he has been on a redemption.
We do the same thing with Brad Pitt, because like his kids, foster kids, whatever, dropping his last name like flies too.
Unfortunately, I will agree with you. Yeah, totally. But unfortunately, I think that the time has come. It looks like today we're gonna have to finally cut Jared Leto out.
Oh yeah,
he's out, dude.
But the streets been talking about that for years. I don't know why. I don't know why we were so surprised. They're like, oh, like there's a reason why they didn't let him promote Masters of the Universe, even though he's the best thing in it.
And what's crazy is I found out today, because he bought that secret military base up in the Hollywood Hills. It was an old military film studio where they shot all the propaganda films for the atomic bomb, and like it was rumored that Kubrick shot the moon landing there and whatever, if you believe any of that. But he sold it last month. Wonder why?
I wonder why.
Like, he knew this was coming.
Evadance. Something's there.
Yeah. like basically, like, dude, like, yeah. I don't. I mean,
he's always been a weirdo, dude.
I was actually such a fan.
I used to like him back in the day. I used to like him back in the day. Like, I love Requiem for a Dream. He's so good in that.
No, I can't fucking watch. Or I can't listen to 30 Seconds to Mars at all.
I never liked that band either. Like, and then the things that, like, I don't like when homies like diss their horror movies they're in. Like, he talks shit about Urban Legend. I was like,
oh, dude.
Like, meanwhile, everyone else. Meanwhile, Alicia Witt, Rebecca Gayheart, like, we'll talk about that all day.
Also, what's like straight up? What's wrong with you? You're a big, powerful dude, and you're doing fucking shitty things like that? Like,
yeah.
Were you on Epstein's Island, or what's going on, bro? What the fuck?
I mean, but if you look at him, he looks like there's something up.
You just think he looks like a creep?
A little bit. He did in like the early 2000s, late 90s. Like, he actually looked like a pretty boy back then. He had I think he rejects that about himself now.
He does. He's
still a good looking dude, because he doesn't look his age. Like, he definitely looks. Because usually white people be cracking all about this, but like he hasn't. And he looks good for his age, but he definitely, I think, was one of those people that was like, because like he was on My So-Called Life back in the day, and like known a lot for his looks, and then people reject that when they want to be known for more. Like Brad Pitt went through it. Like, a lot of all these guys go kind of through it, but
he's fucked.
But yeah, I mean, people already didn't like him because he was like a method actor and kind of annoying, and then now,
he made that fucking Mobius movie.
Morbius.
I call it Mobius because it's so bad, dude. Like, he made that, or what?
He Tron Ares. He lost Disney money with that.
He didn't even try, dude. I mean, yeah, and like, bro, now we know why.
Yep. Now he's not getting hired at anything, dude. I think he is.
No, he is on a plane. He's gone already.
Now, let's say nothing comes of this. I think the one thing he can still do, that he can still he'll still sell out tickets for 30 Seconds to Mars. He'll still do that. I don't think he can make any I don't think he can do any big studio movies.
So there's two rumors about him, and I'll shut up about it. But one, the Jared Leto sex dungeon has been a rumor forever, right? Because like if you go back to Seth Rogen's Netflix comedy tour, those guys are showing up late, and he's like, "You're the only motherfuckers that are here late. What the hell happened? Like, we got invited to Jared Leto's sex dungeon. Don't go there." And it's a real place or whatever. But like, most of the allegations are coming from him being the front man of 30 Seconds to Mars. So
so he's easier. I guess easier to do. Well, I mean, the music industry and movie industry are fucked in that way. But I guess
easier to do crimes.
Those kind of crimes. I mean, those kind of luring, being able to lure in younger girls if you wanted to do that.
Oh, what the fuck is
both industries are good at that, but I guess as a musician it'd be easier for him.
Yeah, I guess if you're I'm the lead singer of 30 Seconds to Mars versus I played Mobius.
and Ares and Tron Ares.
I played the Joker once, but you might know me from Mobus.
Mobius, and I played the fat Italian in House of Gucci. That sounded like
that was so bad. But like okay, yeah. Tom. Back to Tom Cruise. Yeah, he's probably a bad dad. He's probably a bad dad, right? And like, will he be able to pull out Days of Thunder 2? Honestly, probably. Because look at like
if he refocuses it as like this kind of serious, because like I think with Top Gun Maverick, they were able to like make it an entertaining popcorn movie, but also they were able to have this like air of seriousness to it, where they took it seriously, but not like
stakes.
but not too serious, where it's like, oh, this is like making me roll my eyes. Like you actually were invested in it. So I guess there is an avenue where you could take a story like this.
I think that's what this is. I'm just surprised it's not with Christopher McQuarrie.
I mean, they've been working together a lot. Maybe they want to break from each other.
But wasn't he part of the magic sauce on Top Gun 2?
No, that was Joseph Kosinski was directing wise, but
I don't know.
I mean, but they had a lot of directing sauce with each other on other stuff. I mean,
So imagine you made a movie 36 years ago, and you're like, I want to do a sequel, but
no one remembers.
Sure,
I can't get over that.
You're totally right. It's a kind of a weird choice, right?
Like, ain't nobody in my circle talking about Days of Thunder. You know how we bring up old movies all the time. Even movies from that era. Like we bring up movies like from the 80s, 70s. Like we all like a bunch of movies that like have more relevance to this. I know my circle that goes like, you know what movie we should check out and revisit? Days of Thunder. I've never.
But imagine if he does some innovative shit on it with like the cameras or whatever the fuck, right? And you get a good racing film out of it, and because I think what probably happened is they did Top Gun 2, had an incredible box office run during COVID, kind of, right? And then and then all of a sudden they're like, yo, the downloads, the purchases on Apple for the original Top Gun have gone up 700,000%. So like, I feel like, it could rewrite, the theme of this episode is revisionist history. I think they could rewrite,
Well, here's the deal with like, I mean, I could pick up what you're putting down, but the director, well, I'm not saying that he can't direct action, but like none of his stuff really indicates that he really could. I mean, he did All the Boys Love Mandy Lane with Amber Heard in 2006. He did The Whackness with Josh Peck, actually a pretty good movie. But 50-50 is like a dramedy. He did Warm Bodies. He did Warm Bodies. Jonathan Levine also did The Night Before with Seth Rogen. He's done mostly like comedies and stuff. So like there's something on this filmography that shows that he can like reinvent like the action movie. With like,
that just means racing. Like just like with Sean Levy, they're getting him cheap probably.
Yeah, but I also feel like going through like I feel like Tom Cruise is very like particular about directors. So he must have passed like the Tom Cruise test too, which is like he's
like, are you down to do a wheelchair race?
Yeah,
look, you got to pull it up on YouTube. Pull up Days of Thunder wheelchair race when you get a chance. You're gonna be like,
that may be the only reason I rewatched the movie now.
You'd be like, how is it? This is the worst. It's one of the worst scenes in movie history. It's so bad.
And we're making a sequel to it.
They needed like another action scene, and they didn't want to crash a bunch of cars and spend a bunch of money. Like, what we should have them do? Race in the wheelchairs. And like banging into each other and shit. It's so like testosterone heavy. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, here's some more old people IP to make the old people happy. But G.I. Joe is coming back.
But is G.I. Joe old people IP too?
No, I mean it's 80. It's like Masters of the Universe. I mean, like it's dad IP for sure.
As long as Mobius isn't playing Cobra.
Danny McBride is not only writing the G.I. Joe feature film, he's directing it too. Okay. He came up with an idea as a writer at Paramount. He pitched him on the idea, and he pitched him as a director, and they are all for it. I know. He did write the Halloween. He did write the Halloween movie.
Okay, but wait. How you went like this? You went. I know. But also, like, are we happy with the Halloween sequels?
I actually don't mind Halloween. It's Halloween. Okay, Halloween 2018 is the best Halloween sequel film. I mean, I'm not saying it's the most like fun sequel.
I mean,
because sometimes I'm like, it's a horror movie fan. Sometimes you're down for like the trashy like Like I love me some Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
Slash.
It's like that.
Slash.
And I also think from a purely like just letting him like rip in a second movie that's definitely like a middle chapter movie. Halloween Kills is like a lot better.
I love Halloween Kills. I hate Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends. I don't know what happened.
Here's another one that's another one getting revisionist history. People were like, "Hey, it's much better than you remember," and I knew that's going to happen. No, I didn't hate it, but like it definitely was not what the direction I thought they were going to go.
They're trying to say fucking Haddonfield as a curse and all. Just shut up.
But Halloween Kills, I was all about the style. I was all about just like, I know there wasn't much story there, but like when it's called Halloween Kills, and that's what he'd be doing.
I thought it was kind of cool to see the rest of the residents, even though they got slaughtered,
and then see how it like affects them, and like and I love the whole like. I love how they took the whole like they did with Halloween 2, having it take place the same night. I think always that's really cool when they do stuff like that. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it. He also did the Righteous Gemstones. Like he gets credit and like
sure
he gets credit as a writer a lot.
But as a movie fan, do you trust him with G.I. Joe as an IP?
Well, I mean, but here's the deal. I'm not like a really big like I don't worship at the altar of G.I. Joe, so I
please fucking clip that. I don't worship at the altar at G.I. Joe.
I mean, I did watch the cartoon as a kid, and I've seen all the movies. They're not great movies. There's a I don't know why he chose. I don't know why. Maybe because
that was weird.
I mean, G.I. Joe Rise of Cobra. That's one with Channing Tatum, and then Channing Tatum gets like killed off in retaliation like real early.
And they bring Bruce Willis,
and they bring in The Rock too. Dwayne Johnson's in that as well. And then they had that spin-off Snake Eyes with and Henry Golding.
A girl I went to high school with is in the second one.
Oh, really? Oh, nice. I saw Snake Eyes because I had to interview that whole cast, and I saw the movie, and it sucks. And I had to pretend like I really loved it because like I was talking to the cast the next day, so I focused on the things I could say nice things about, like that fight choreography
was cool.
No, really, I was like fight choreography was on point. Like and because they were so proud of it, at least in the interviews. But yeah, known for his acting work in movies like Tropic Thunder, Pineapple Express, and The Mitchells vs. the Machines. He's also been a creative force in TV with Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, like we mentioned, The Righteous Gemstones. So he has like credits away, but I mean nothing that really proves that he can do this, I guess. But I guess.
I love David McBride. Huge Eastbound and Down fan. I think he's fucking hilarious. I think he's brilliant. But he did cop to the fact that him and his writing partner, they wrote. Everyone was like, "What? The dude from Eastbound, Kenny Powers, is writing fucking the new Halloween movie?" And like Halloween 2018 came out, was a hit, and they were like, "Hey, we need 2 more movies by next year," or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And they were like, they like shit themselves. Like they had nowhere to go with it.
So that's why, because I could tell, like with Halloween 2018, it had the biggest opening weekend of the franchise, which actually I think kind of outgrossed like the entire for any individual Halloween movie, like in that opening weekend was like the biggest, highest grossing Halloween movie just based on without inflation and all that. Then it became the highest grossing Halloween movie like ever worldwide and domestic. And then all of a sudden they made it seem like in that story they're like, no, we see this as a trilogy now. I was like, you guys didn't, but that's fine. You don't have to lie to us.
It was like Monday morning when they fucking announced like it was so fast.
But yeah,
that's a Blumhouse thing.
It is a Blumhouse thing, and you know what? But I do I swear every Halloween I try to make Halloween Kills happen more, and I just like, dude, I love.
I will join you on that. I will ride it.
Me and my little brother were so excited when we saw that because we were like, this was actually like, I liked Halloween 2018. I like that it kind of had like the style-esque of the original movie. You can tell that they really went out of their way, like David Gordon Green went out of his way to like at least emulate what John Carpenter was doing. I respect it for that. It was a movie that definitely has some reshoots because I only know that too because there's scenes in that trailer that aren't in that movie. Like it shows a different final confrontation between Laurie and Michael than we get in the final project. But it did its job. But like to me, Halloween Kills was just like, all right, let's take that and put it on steroids and just let them go. And it's like I love that it's darker. Like everything about it's darker. I know people don't like Laurie being sidelined in the hospital. It's not really her movie. She's missing from all of it.
Who cares?
But we get more Allison. We get her granddaughter. We get Judy Greer does some stuff before she gets taken out. I did hate that. I hate how she died.
Me too.
But But like, it was some really cool dark. So like all the stuff that happens in the house, like the last 10 minutes when like homie gets smashed in between like the staircase and then Allison like gets thrown down the stairs and, like breaks her ankle, and then fucking Judy Greer comes in with the fucking I forgot what it is, like she stabs him in the chest and like takes his mask and is like boo boo motherfucker and like runs away with it. Those aren't the lines, but it's something like that. Like that
boo boo motherfucker.
Like the last like 10 minutes of that movie are like so good. Like I get like goosebumps every time I watch the last 10 minutes. But then like I thought everyone had the same excitement I had for it when it was over, and then I went to go talk to my friends, and that movie was whack, and I was like, what's it?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he
was like walking around just do whatever he wanted. Like he had that long tube light bulb, but he like broke stuck it in that lady's neck.
He was mad. He was like, he got set on fire. He was like he had been hurt since like 1978, so he's like
he off. Was mad.
He was like, this is what pain feels like. He was like,
yeah.
I just love that he was just walking the streets. I hadn't feel like not really hiding from anyone.
No,
he was just like full on like, and then that whole scene, like the fucking like playground with like, and they brought back fucking Lindsay, like the
I think he killed some kids, right?
Yeah, they find it, and they're wearing the mask from like Halloween 3, which is like a nice little touch.
Easter egg,
But yeah, like they bring Lindsay back, like Kyle Richards was like, I'm taking a break from doing Real Housewives of Beverly Hills to show you guys how I used to act back in the day. Like that, and it was like cool little stuff because she wasn't even bad in her little chase scene. I was like, you know what? I love the fan. It was fan service for sure, the second one, but
yeah, but also so Danny McBride, like, I mean, I don't
like. Well, like I just don't understand. I don't.
Wait,
like,
Danny McBride, is that the wrong right?
This is like one of those situations too where like we have with like the Jonathan Levine with Days of Thunder. Is that like does Danny McBride have any like skills as an action director? I guess you don't really need like skills as an action director to direct action movies. Like
shit, I thought we were talking about the wrong Danny for a hot second. I was like, we need to rewind that.
No, it's but like the Marvel has picked up like indie directors and had them direct like action movies. Like John Watts like didn't do anything big before he got those 3 Spider-Man movies. So I'm not saying that you are incapable of directing it. It's just like, but I do question like, if you Paramount, because they're the one doing this, and you would think that, but they must. And I think it's like if he sold them on a pitch that he wrote, they just like, yeah, well, okay, we'll take your script, but can we get like a better action director?
Well, I mean, but the thing is like, there's so many things that could go wrong, right? There's the Masters of the Universe kind of trope thing that could happen. Like, does anybody care about this? Number one. Number two, is this a $200 million movie or is it $80 million, right? Number three,
I saw someone online that said they need to keep this cheap. Like, definitely, that's the only way it'll work.
Yeah. Number three, bro, if you can build this off of like 6 to 7, 8 good characters and then franchise it out,
and then after you get a hit,
like have that fucking solid, 4 solid action pieces and the rest of it's character driven, and you get some characters in there and make it for like 100 million. I mean, the humor's got to be there. He's your guy, right? Action, he can do action, fucking whatever, right? I mean, it's doable, but Cobra Commander needs to be really evil. You know what I mean? There's just certain things that you have to do. It can't be like whatever that shit was in the fucking 2000s. That was not. I mean, I'm still haunted by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
The one thing I remember though is that Sienna Miller looked gorgeous. That was like the one thing. She had like a brown brunette wig, like dark hair wig. I forgot. Anything else about the movie, and I think she had a pass for like Channing Tatum's character. That's all I remember. I own it. It's back here somewhere on the rack. I definitely like it was
the
one of those
second
things,
one. I'm trying to think.
Retaliation was like the one that was like they were like, yeah, we're gonna make it more action driven because everyone complained there wasn't enough action in the first one. I forgot Marlon Wayans is in the first one. Too. There's a lot happening in that movie. It made money.
There's a lot. Yeah.
But the first two is an example of, even though the first one made money, it barely did because the budget was too high. The second one had a big budget. Yeah. The second one had a big budget too. So like, I mean, that's why a lot of people when this got announced, they're like, the only way this works is if you make this an $80 to $100 million movie.
Yeah, I mean,
because you can scale it back and make it more of like this, like kind of like not so like it can be a big military thing, but not like it doesn't have to like be like Fast and Furious, like
space and shit.
Like action, yeah. You can kind of like you can bare bones it like if you really wanted to and make it like strip it down and like make it work.
I think that's what they have to do. Cut the budget in half, get some up and comers, 1 or 2 established people. Like I said, like some action shit, whatever. Market it very clever, right? But the problem is this movie doesn't work just on the 45 to 50-year-old crowds coming out to see it. They need the youngins, right? They need the young
as we saw with Masters of the Universe.
Yeah,
it brought out
exactly.
Because if you go online, like I enjoyed Masters, I thought it was good, but like if you go online, like everyone talks highly of this movie, of Masters of the Universe. Right. But then you click on their page, and like it's like, an older people that took their kids to go see it, and like and that's nothing wrong with that, but like there was like that was always going to be a very niche idea that be hard to expand out if your kids didn't know anything about Masters of the Universe. Those other 2 G.I. Joe movies opened well and performed decently for what they were. If they had smaller budgets, they would have been bigger hits. So, like, definitely the name recognition, even then, for G.I. Joe was there. I mean, Transformers has it. Those movies made a ton of money.
That's true.
I think that was like a perfect storm of like Michael Bay and like making those movies like.
Well, I feel like they make a Smurfs movie like every 6 fucking months for the last 20 years.
We're getting. You mean like Alvin and the Chipmunks actually like redid his character design? He looks like a little thug now, not thug, but he has like swag out of nowhere. Alvin. So like these old IPs that like these old IPs that like I don't think kids are like familiar with anymore.
Well,
could do well.
Maybe Smurfs is a better sell because it's like.
I mean, Garfield was a hit too. Like like the animated one. So like I don't know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean,
no.
Well, no, I know you bring up really interesting points, but like, I guess like Garfield, like Smurfs, fucking, Care Bears go to hell or whatever they're putting out or whatever. Like, it skews like way younger than what we're talking about because I think it would be hard to sell a G.I. Joe movie with Danny McBride to like the 8-year-olds out there.
Well, like, do you think things were just different? Like, because even in the early 2000s, right, we had like a Scooby-Doo movie that did pretty well with like Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. Like, critics didn't like it, but it made money.
Sure.
And that was even then was an older cartoon, but I guess like they kept it going with like all these like kind of straight to video things throughout the 80s and 90s. Like that did well, but that was still like an older skewing cartoon.
That's really old. That's like 70s.
Yeah.
So,
and did,
I think it's not to cut you off, but I think it's like because it's 4 characters, you know what I mean, or 5 characters. Like G.I. Joe is tough because you better pick the right 4 or 5. Number one,
you gotta use Snake Eyes. You gotta use You can't pick a rando from like the ensemble
for real.
You can't have someone go like, who the fuck is that?
Mobus.
You have to keep like. You have to keep fans like of the IP.
Don't pick Mobus for your first movie.
You love that one. All right. And speaking of Paramount, by the way, we don't have to stay on this too long because we have like 3 chairs.
Paramount makes me sick.
Paramount Skydance agrees to halt Warner Brothers merger until as late as next June.
Let's go.
The blockbuster deal will be paused while a federal judge considers an antitrust lawsuit filed by 12 state attorney generals. Kind of saw this coming. Like, and the more they talked about it, that's why when we were talking about the show, they're like, okay, it's done. Oh, wait, it's not done. There's so many people that don't want it to happen that they're doing everything they can to like make this not work. In an 11-page court filing Friday, Paramount said it would not move forward with the $110 billion tie-up until June 1st, 2027, unless the judge issues a ruling on the antitrust suit filed by a dozen Democratic state attorneys general before then. The agreement leads to temporary pause ordered this week by Judge Araceli Martinez, who I guess was reading through all this. Was like, nope, this is not right. We're not doing this. As we know, the merger would join together 2 historic film studios, Paramount Pictures and Warner Brothers, 2 popular streaming platforms, Paramount Plus and HBO Max. And this is why this is a bigger deal. And like, this is why everyone's like, well, no one complained with Fox and Disney to this. It's the 2 news organizations, CBS News and CNN, that they don't want under the leadership of one David Ellison because of his close ties to our current president. And since we're not a political podcast, we won't go too deep into that. This is why this merger is much different than the Disney acquisition of like 20th Century Fox. I guess like it is also someone having a monopoly over all these like kind of big companies is an issue, but I think like what is really driving it is it's the news outlets that they don't want this person to have this this company to have control over, especially when that they believe that company who's their head has someone in their ear telling them what to do. So some people are very happy about it. They think it's really good for the industry. Then some people are like, hey, we don't need these like studios to like join forces like that. They need to be separated. Yeah.
I'm really happy about it. And not to be like, let's put politics aside for a second. Paramount was the worst of all of the fucking studios for a very long, like their streaming service has been terrible for a long time. And since the Ellisons took over, it's gotten absolutely atrociously worse. And I think that was sort of a flashpoint for what was going to happen with Warner Brothers. I mean, dude, it's just like slop fest over on Paramount. It's just so bad. Like if you were like, hey, gun to your head, like you get a free streaming service. The last one you're picking is gonna be Paramount.
Well, or Peacock.
Or both, both of them, right? Like I agree with you, right? They can't. I don't think they survive without merging with. And like the thing is Paramount is saddled with so much debt. Second of all, fuck you, Warner Brothers. Go back to being prestige. You've had like
they had that great year last year where they had like all those record opening weekends.
They had like 15 number ones in a row or some shit, right?
And then after all that, they're like, hey, we want to like sell
it off.
Really?
To do what? yeah.
So it was like, do we wish Netflix would have got this by? At this point, I think
it's hard, man. Because the thing about this is, if this goes, that's like 70% of the film industry is owned by one dude.
And I think a lot of actors won't want to work for that studio because of that.
No, of course not.
At least as long as Trump's in office.
On the one hand, great art is always made in rebellion to bullshit, whatever. So there's that. So like, and we see Obsession and Backrooms and like the one about the summer camp coming out, the indie film, like whatever, like all these good horror movies that are kind of like just doing the damn thing for low budgets and killing it. And then there's more like indie film and small movies like have made a huge comeback and no one thought they could, and this is great, right? At the same time, why not just keep on rolling, Warner Brothers? What are you doing? Like, chill. I don't think you need to sell. Damn. And if you're gonna sell to anybody, sell to Disney. Jesus Christ.
Then they would have they would have 23. They would have those IP.
They would have DC, my friend. Imagine the fucking Marvel.
DC can you imagine how the nerd's head would explode if Marvel and DC were living in the same house? That would not.
Oh man,
not for them.
No, I don't know. I had to throw chaos.
All right. Well, let's pit Marvel and DC against each other right now. Yeah, two of the big trailers that came out last week. There were other big trailers that came out too, like as of today, that we'll talk about in another episode. But I just picked these two because they're big. Yep. We had Avengers Doomsday, which I heard from people at CinemaCon. This was the trailer that they showed at CinemaCon that a lot of people raved about. And then we had another look at Clayface on the other side of so we have a big Marvel movie. We don't have like a DC movie that's as big, but like it has a lot of focus on it because Supergirl didn't do all that great. So they're like, hey, we got to put all our eggs in the Clayface basket on a modestly budget $40 million body horror movie based on a B character. But it, and then of course Doomsday is like our gargantuan budgeted, big, massive, supposedly big return to form, for Marvel or the MCU, bringing back Robert Downey Jr., but as Doctor Doom, and we got to hear his Doctor Doom voice for the first time in this trailer.
We cannot be deterred, or whatever.
At the top of it, and then they gave our boy Chris Hemsworth most of the dialogue, to talk about how he's faced a lot of like people in this day and all that stuff. He's fought alongside a lot of warriors, but basically he's like, I'm scared of this motherfucker. That's what I'm trying to say. Even though a lot of people's complaints about this is like we built up to Thanos so much in those other movies that we're not really building up to Doctor Doom. It's just like, but so you had your Doomsday trailer, you had the Clayface trailer. I know they're different movies, but like which one? Which look? I know we had a teaser trailer for Clayface already, but this is like the first real full look at it. So what of these first real looks grabs you the most?
Oh, you're making me choose?
Okay, well,
I mean, if I so So if I had to pick, if you put a gun in my head, like we'll pick one right now, you're gonna go see it. All right, like I'll get in the lift and go. That's fine. I would definitely pick Doomsday, of course, right? Even though I like the dark shit, whatever. I mean, look, I don't care who you are, what you're doing, what you like, what you don't. Y'all have been way crazy hard on Marvel. This studio gave you like 33 number ones in a row.
And then you get like one mediocre one. You're like, oh, they suck. Like
not even like, dude, did they fuck around these last two phases? Of course. Was Ant-Man in the fucking quantum phasia or whatever the fuck was that? yeah. Was that a bad movie? Yeah. Yes, that was a bad. Should Kang have killed Paul Rudd's Ant-Man to set a precedent? Of course. He should have ripped his spine out, right? Like, and slammed it down on the thing and been like, I'm Kang, motherfucker. Like, that's, yes, of course. Have they made screw ups? Yes. But also, did they save the box office the last 12 years? Yes.
Yeah.
Did they deal with a once in a 100-year pandemic? Yes. Did they have one of their major stars get busted for domestic violence and fucking have to quit that whole? Yes. Did they actor strike, writer strike? And you're all still like, oh, Doomsday, I'm not. Okay, what people are saying, and this kind of reminds me of like the Odyssey a little bit. What people are saying online about Doomsday, I don't know, I'm not impressed with the trailer, blah, 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 blah. Then okay, I just watched.
It's still has the second like 24-hour record behind the brand new day. Sorry, I combined my movies. If 24 hours, it was second to that. And
right.
They said pre-sales show that it's
20 million in pre-sales in like a day or whatever, 12 hours or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
And so I just watched 6,500 people have fucking seizures in Hall H, and then another 6,500 people outside screaming that they can't get in. Marvel owns. I mean, look, listen, Dune's gonna be amazing. Whatever. Marvel owns 2026 holiday season. I don't give a fuck. Like that's my hot take. Or whatever. That's my take. It's not even hot because it's truth, right? Like that's like it's Marvel, dude. Doctor Doom. Like let's go.
They had some good money shots in the trailer too. I mean, I love the like one of the final shots where they had like Thor coming down on Doctor Doom and he kind of like basically like blocks hammer with his hand with his
two fingers
and they know what they're doing. They threw in the old school X-Men characters just to like they're like, hey, you missed them, right? They have like that whole cool little like Mystique Rebecca Romijn moment where she like turns into like
Florence Pugh.
Yeah, why am I
two Florence Pughs choking each other?
Yeah.
There
was like a lot of money shots in it, and you have Cyclops like shooting off his like fucking optic blast, like all like angsty and angry, like.
And that's just the teaser, right? We're gonna get at least one more trailer, if not two full trailers. Yeah, and they're gonna go for broke on that, right? They just had Deadpool show up at fucking Hall H. So I assume he's in it at least for
I think he's in it,
yeah. Right. And so if I pivot over to Clayface, fucking bravo too, because $40 million, this thing is set in Gotham, is a rated R fucking horror flick about a dude's
dark, man.
Dude, I hope they pull this off. I'm seated for both on day one. I'm ready to roll. I think they both are going to have massive box office only for the fact that Clayface has only spent 40 grand on it. And I mean,
40 million
or 40 grand.
40 grand. That'd be a big ass. That'd be like a tiny
student film. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, obviously Marvel wants to make money with Doomsday, but I think it's more about planting their flag back in the ground. And also for like, honestly, I think the reason that they're really cranking to get Secret Wars out, because the rumor is now that they haven't even started shooting Secret Wars. They haven't started
shooting it. I think that surprised me when they were like, they asked the Russo brothers, like, when did you start? He's like, oh, I think we start very soon. I was like, and it's a year from now, right? I mean, I guess that's enough time for like.
But there's nothing in between, and there's nothing else in 2027, just Secret Wars. So they might actually delay that a little bit, right?
I guess.
But what I'm thinking is, They're gonna make money with Doomsday. I think Doomsday will hit 2 billion for sure. Absolutely. I don't know about 3, but definitely 2.
I honestly think Spider-Man does that before it too. I mean, I think I don't know if anyone was anticipating Spider-Man doing that this summer. I know I wasn't, but then I was like, oh, I forgot how much I love him.
Yeah. You're gonna love this Spider-Man movie. I know it. But the thing is like, I don't know that they're doing it. I think they're doing it to get past the multiverse saga in such an explosive, wonderful way.
To end it, just to end it,
just to end it and reset and go back to, like, dude, that the mutant saga is gonna be so handcrafted and lovely. I think. I mean, it's just gonna be like amazing, and they're gonna be able to use whatever. But I'm in for both of these. I love both these.
Yeah, Clayface looks really good. I mean, they both look good. I mean, of course we're gonna get a bigger. I think you said look at Doomsday. This does feel like it was a teaser because they didn't really give away anything. They did show Chris Evans at the end of the trailer, which some people are like, "I thought he was gone. I thought he was gonna come back. I thought he said he was never gonna come back." And according to Chris, I think Chris Evans said they pitched him a lot of ideas about coming back. He didn't really like a lot of them, but then this last one, which probably came with a hefty paycheck. Because everyone talks about the Robert Downey Jr. paycheck, which I know is huge, but like people underestimate the Chris's paycheck probably too, or like especially when one of them leaves, like when Evans is like, "No, I'm gone. I told you guys, I'm done. I gave the shield."
What about a Nomad movie in the 60s?
I gave Anthony Mackie the shield, and then like, yeah, we tried that, didn't work out. But yeah, I mean, I know it, like a lot of people are like bitching about it being fan service, but then like you look at the numbers, you look at the pre-sales are already good, and this is not with even all the showings like available. This is just like kind of like premium like showings that they offered like right away, and then the trailer does really good in the first 24 hours. It's second only to the Spider-Man trailer. That's what, like, so there's every indication that it's going to do well, and I thought it did good at showing like the money shots that we need to see. We got to see our Fantastic Four. We got to see some Thunderbolts. We got to see some, like you said, Mystique shapeshift. Yeah. We got to see our old homies Professor X and Magneto opening up the trailer too.
Yeah.
They did a lot of good things in it to get you excited for it. So I mean,
do you think the old school X-Men characters are in this for very long or no?
The way that James Marsden was talking about it and like this kind of redemption he got to feel playing Cyclops again, I feel like it's more than like at least for some hit. Yeah, because now I wonder if that's what they offered all of them, because like Famke Jensen has really been blunt about like what they offered her to come back, not money wise, but like what the role was going to be. Yeah, and she felt like it would be a disservice to just do like a cameo. So I don't think they maybe offered every X-Men the same element to the same story growth, the same like screen time to come back. Yeah. And I know that's been like a big topic of conversation, especially with the female character, female X-Men. There is like a lot of people still think Halle Berry is it, because like they keep bringing up this like interview because Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo were in Crime 101 with her, and she had to promote that with them earlier this year, and they kept bringing it up, and like there's this one interview where they ask her, and she's really like, "No, I'm not in it," and then Mark Ruffalo is like in the back just like laughing, and he's like, because he's not good at hiding anything, and like then Chris Hemsworth is like smiling, and everyone is so jaded by lies, because Andrew Garfield said he wasn't going to be in No Way Home, and there he was. So like no one really believes people when they say like I'm not going to be in it. So some people think that Halle Berry is the pop of a storm. I know it's one of those things where it's like I think it would be to use them to promote, because they really know how excited people are to see them for the last time, most likely. Yeah,
sure.
It would suck to use them as a way to like lure you in and then like knock them all. Now they're not. I don't think they're not going to make it to like Secret Wars. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not all of them.
I don't know that we get.
And then like, do we get Hugh Jackman in this? Because like some of these characters were a big part of like the Secret Wars story. Like Tom Holland has said he's on Doomsday, but when they asked him about Secret Wars, he's very coy about Secret Wars. And Spider-Man is a big part of Secret Wars and like the comic books and the comic book story. Mm-hmm. Wolverine's there too. A lot of people that you could bring back are in that story. So maybe some people who aren't in Doomsday will like get to show their ass in fucking Secret Wars.
Yeah, I do. I mean, look, remember when the cast was announced for Infinity War? We're like, oh my god! Like the only people that
Yeah.
were missing were like
We were
Paul
like, that's so
Rudd and
many. I'm like, that's so
Hawkeye and
many.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know. And Hawkeye was like too busy making the movie Tag, and that's why he wasn't in it.
and then Endgame came out, and they included them, but it was like ballistic. It was like, oh my god! So I think obviously. So what I heard is in Doomsday, the first 10 minutes is Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Tobey Maguire. And then it totally pivots to the X-Men Avengers stuff right after that. That's what I heard. And then they come back in Secret Wars. The three of them. There we go. That's what I heard, but whatever. You know,
that sounds feasible.
My sources are usually drunk, so.
Oh, drunk get her high.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, Ryan Reynolds was at Comic-Con, so.
Yeah. And it looks like by the end of that Clayface trailer, it looks like we are going to get a full Clayface transformation. They do tease it at the end of the trailer. Like, it's not just going to be like, oh, my face is rubbery. It's going to be like his whole body. So,
my face is rubbery.
There's that scene I think he's in the bathroom, like on a plane, and he's like about to,
Yeah, and some assholes on Twitter like, that's so unrealistic because they would never allow you to take. And then someone posted the TSA rules, and the rules are actually you can take anything smaller than, you know, it's like, man, why do people have to ruin everything? If you don't like Doomsday, you don't have to. The trailer for Doomsday, your ass knows you're going to be the same with the Odyssey. Why do you have to make 4 YouTube videos about how the trailer for Doomsday didn't fucking live up to your expectations?
Yeah,
shut the fuck up.
Like we even see anything. Like maybe because the movie doesn't come out to December and they want to tease it, but whatever.
Yeah.
People are just they're just used to getting everything like.
Quickly. It's entitlement for sure.
Like these people like could not have survived in like the 90s where like you barely got like you got one teaser and then sometimes the teaser would come out a year before the movie
in a magazine.
yeah, you're like and you have to wait. Yeah.
Some of you never tried pizza that was so hot your mouth hurt for 3 days and it shows.
Yeah, obviously. Jesus. So yeah. Doomsday, as you know, comes out December 18th. Clayface, just in time for Halloween on October 23rd. The last 2 trailers we have Resident Evil, which it's a official trailer, but it still feels like a teaser.
Yeah, it does.
And another big conversation at San Diego Comic-Con was Zach Kreger really doubling down on like not really diving into the mythology of the games and really being like, I'm taking the essence of the games and telling my own story. I can't really tell from like the online like hoopla if people like it or not, that he's doing that and not really like using the game like lure as as it was been formed in the video games. But
you got to do yourself a favor.
But I feel like he's picking up the essence and like overall feel of it in the trailer though. That's what I got at least.
Do yourself a favor and go like just Google after you Google the wheelchair race. Google Zach Kreger IGN interview, and that dude from IGN, he's like, we're going to do a little sketch. And Zach Kreger's like, oh, all right. And he's like, this is from a video game. He's like, hello, sir. What can I help you? The guy's talking to him like he's a video game character. And Zach Kreger's like, what are you doing? Like, and it's like so painfully obvious that he doesn't want to be, because they put him on IGN because it's a video game. And the interviewer actually obviously feels like cringy and like shit, And he's like, I don't want to do this, or whatever. But I think let him cook, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Like
now, the one thing I did hear is it's set during the events of Resident Evil 2, but in the modern era. That's like the only like tangible, I guess, connection really and he's not really like kind of like diving into anything more than that. Mm-hmm. It's like basically telling his own kind of original story with like Resident Evil as the backdrop. And probably the best way to do that adaptation. And since he's cooked on like at least his 2 movies that like were hits, Barbarian, Weapons, like let the guy cook again.
I know, man.
He hasn't disappointed yet. And also your homie Paul Walter Hauser is in this according to the cast list. So like he's
shit.
He's also in the movie.
Paul finally got something. Let's go.
Yeah. And Austin Abrams, who is in Weapons as well. Very memorable in Weapons. He's also in that Getting Swallowed by a Whale movie later this year too.
Oh Jesus Christ!
But yeah, it looks good. It looks like the atmosphere is really good, and like. But again, I did like it that the trailer was like didn't really give you much of like story. That's why I get maybe the movie is just more atmosphere, like, oh, things are happening around me, rather than like why.
Well, and also the those fucking 8 Resident Evil movies they made with fucking Mila Jovovich.
They diverted from the games hard, didn't they? Like that's what.
But it was so lore heavy. It was like, yes, I did kill that guy in the second one, but in the third one, he had a brother, and the brother mutated into the, it was like so like because the video games got kind of out of hand with the lore and shit too. So I think this is a nice way to strip it back. Look, if you're a fan of the original 3 Resident Evil games, the originals on PS2 or whatever, you are a fan of horror and its utmost gruesome, creepy, and that's why I think this will work.
Yeah,
and
he'll make it scary. I mean, actually, like, yeah, I think so too. And that comes out on September 18th, which they gave it really safe, kind of like September's not like a big month, but like could be a good month for like a horror like zombie movie. So like,
what's the budget?
Like, I actually don't know. I can look that up. I'm pretty sure they kept it. I'll look at that right now because I'm actually curious too.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they should keep that low.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's see what they say. Ooh. Oh. Some early estimates said 65 million, but now some they're saying 80. Well, I guess it's like too huge. Because, even the bad Mila, I feel bad saying bad. The not well received critically Mila Jovovich movies did well worldwide because it's a pretty big international IP.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it looks creepy as shit. It looks action oriented. It looks scary. It just got that crisp horror look that he's kind of starting to become known for, I think.
Yeah.
Cause it just looks crispy. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure there'll be some gross shit in there. I mean, dude, is there anything like if you were just dropped into a Resident? Those first 2 games were just real quiet. I mean, you had to play for 3 hours before you got a gun. You know what I mean? Like you're like breaking chairs over these fucking zombies' ass, or whatever.
You're like, where's my weapon? Like a real weapon.
Yeah, and then you slowly, now we're down in the basement. Now, there's a sub basement. Like, what the fuck was that, Mobus? Or whatever. Like, you don't know. They're very quiet.
You're gonna make a spin-off movie, aren't you?
They're very quiet, right? And I think slow and quiet. And I think that's what this movie reminds me so much of the original games, which is good.
Yeah. And I think Zach Krager's name will make it more well received than people give it credit for, and they probably will forget that he didn't really connect all the lore for the games when he did his version of the movie.
Yeah.
All right, this last trailer got everybody talking because it played in front of screenings of the Odyssey. Some people were really shocked because they were like, well, it's a Universal movie, so that's why they played it in front of the Odyssey. But no one was expecting that horror movie trailer to play in front of such a prestige movie aimed at older audiences. It's a supernatural horror film called Other Mommy, based on the 2024 novel Incidents Around the House. Sorry, Jessica Chastain. I didn't know anything about this trailer until I watched it, and when I say that, there was 1 or 2 parts in it that really creeped me out, really made me literally jump out of my seat. I'm not kidding. Some people think that this is going to be they keep saying the next Obsession. I don't think we're going to have that for a few years, but one of those horror movies that makes everyone go oh, I got to go see it. But the premise is a paranormal entity known as Other Mommy takes on the appearance of a young girl's mother, threatens her family, and haunts her home. So she looks like Jessica Chastain. She looks like her mother, but she's not. And there's a scene in this trailer where the Other Mommy is dad comes in the room because he's like, who are you talking to? And then he turns and Other Mommy is twisted up like a pretzel underneath his table. And that was the one that got me, and it got homie too, because he threw himself through a window. James Wan's the producer. It's a Blumhouse movie. That might turn some people off, but I thought the trailer worked really well, and it comes out October 9th, so it definitely is going to appeal to the horror crowd. But I can see if they market it well enough. I mean, if this trailer got everyone talking, it really scared a bunch of old people that went to go see the Odyssey in IMAX.
I was at the Chinese theater in Hollywood, and this trailer played, and there was a lot of like audible like 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 first of all, like pull yourself together, okay? Like and then the same people were freaking out during the fucking pig scene during the Odyssey with the guys that are like,
oh, well, that freaks me out too, though. He did it practically. Apparently, I was like, how did he do this practically?
Shit,
but he did.
I would love to be on set that day. God damn.
There were some trailer. I mean, there were some scenes in the trailer that like Jessica Chastain. I forgot that she like likes to dabble in horror movies. She was in another movie called Mama. That was the horror movie about.
That's weird. Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's that scene where they're like in that little. I forgot what they call that thing. Like it's like at McDonald's with all the balls and like the kids playing
like a ball pit.
A ball pit, and then like she comes out of the ball pit, like all creepy eye. I was like, I don't know. And I love horror movies. Usually these trailers don't really give me that much, but like those two scenes, the like twisted up like a pretzel scene in the trailer, like got me, and then the ball pit scene, and then I was like, what? So, and then when I watched the trailer, I was like, oh, because Jessica Chastain gets to play this two ways. She gets to play like the real mother who is nice, and then like this entity who like that whole part of the trailer when she was like when she's like, I missed having you near my heart. Do you remember being near my heart? And like it like
it's deep,
creepy.
Yeah.
And the poster's creepy as fuck too.
Oh yeah. Will you see this in theaters?
Yeah, I mean, I see most horror movies in theaters, and if reviews are now the guy who directed it, he directed Host in 2020, and not which isn't like great. He also directed The Boogeyman in 2023, not great either.
Oh no!
But he directed Dash Cam, another found footage movie that got decent reviews. I
remember Dash Cam.
But apparently the book, The Incidents Around the House, is a really creepy book. A lot of people said when they read it, they could actually like see imagery from what they were reading that really freaked them out. That the way it was described. So like, I don't know. It's not like you were not moved by the trailer.
I think the duality.
Other mommy did not scare you.
I think the name is really bad. Number one.
You know what? Honestly, I think if they would have just
stuck with the real name.
Incidents Around the House, even though it does sound like more of like a sexy like adult thriller rather than like a horror. Rather than a horror
Incidents
movie.
Around the House.
Around the house, it does. It sounds like,
I mean, I love, like the thing that's scary about it to me, the contortion under the table shit is nice touch. The dude throwing himself through a window is kind of wild, right? But what scares me is like when she's like, "Are you ready for bed, sweetheart?" And she's like, she turns the light out, and you can just see like the outline of her glasses, and the kid doesn't know like if it's the real mom or the other mom. And it's like that's what's gonna make the movie fucked up, is like you don't know, right? And I'm sure if it's written well, twists and turns. What's the release date on this?
October 9th.
Ooh.
We got so much stuff coming out.
Yeah. I mean, I think, dude, first of all, Jessica Chastain, everything she does is
also Oscar winner. So like, she's great. Still willing to do stuff like this.
Molly's Game, let's go.
Oh, I love that movie. That's the best she's ever looked to. I know it has nothing to do with her talent, but like that was like I've ever seen that in theaters. I was like, this is actually really good, and because I didn't know anything about that story. Have
you seen the real Molly? It's based on a real person. You should go check it out. I got all into that story after I saw the movie. I bet you try to play poker and shit.
Let's go.
Where can I sign up?
Lose all my money.
You can't go wrong with her. I mean, obviously, like she can only do so much with this material, but like this material could go anywhere, right? And I think the duality for an actor, where it's like, am I your mommy or am I the other mom? Yeah. That's fucking horrifying. Because like as a child, that
would terrify you.
You remember that movie Good Night Mommy?
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I'm still in the shower randomly having thoughts about that. I don't know why in the shower, but
now I know why the shower.
There's no scene in the shower at all.
Well, there's like, I think that duality in like almost anything, it freaks you out. Like no matter what kind of character it takes on. Like I think the one thing that freaks me out about like Pet Sematary, the original, is like when Gage dies and they have him and they
Jesus Christ
and they haven't learned from burying their pets in the Pet Cemetery, that they come back bad. They're like, no, maybe if I bury my child in that won't happen. But you had this sweet innocent little kid who who gets taken out by that
giant truck,
like, semi truck, and then to have him come back looking almost the same, but like something quite off, like there's something like really creepy about that. And then like it puts me in the perspective of a character, like what would I do as like a father, brother, whatever, if like the face of your kid or the face of your brother, face of your sister is like, you remember that face of innocence, but then it's coming at you trying to like kill you because like that little kid voice, like that whole like I play with mommy and I play with daddy, now I want to play with you. So creepy.
He cuts that old guy's heel.
Yeah, and then he bites his neck out. The 80s crazy. The little kid like perform that.
What do you know about Pet Sematary 2 with Edward Furlong?
That movie, it's decent. It's not.
They got kind of fucking goth with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean, I know what you mean. I think it's fucking scary. It's like you don't know. I mean, it goes back to like Kurt Russell, John Carpenter's The Thing, right? You didn't know who the fuck, what the hell. Yeah. And it's still to this day, people are theorizing who was who and what was what and how did it, or whatever. And so, if they play with that, that'll be the scariest aspect. So I'm open to it.
You're just not down with the title. I think that's what's really like throwing you off. You're like
the other mommy. It sounds like a porno.
Like other mommy. I swear, instance around the house sounds like a.
I'm pretty sure
it's not like something that could have came out in the 90s. Like it could like
no, but like
it could have came out the same weekend as like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
I feel like if you go because of the podcast that I host. I'm pretty sure I've had at least one person on my show that's been in a porno called The Other Mommy.
The Other Mommy. So that's all you're gonna think about now.
I keep thinking about it. Like, why couldn't they just call it Mommy?
Is there a movie called Mommy out there?
I don't know. Mom's
and Jessica Chastain wasn't Mama.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Someone told me that she actually has a mom trilogy. I gotta look at her filmography because I thought that was really funny. I was like, she has like 3 movies where she was like. It's one. I think it's one with Anne Hathaway that also is in it. It's gonna bother me now. I'll find it. Make sure on the next episode. I was like, someone was like, she has a full-on mom trilogy. I was like, what? Now,
maybe, yeah, maybe. The Other Mommy's kind of a weird title, but I mean, I'm down. I'm game. I feel like it's gonna be rough to get me in the theater to see it though, because I feel like October there's so much coming out.
Yeah, it's crowded. It's really crowded. But
that's good for horror fans though. And you know what I think they're gonna do too?
We've been eating well too, horror fans.
All year. I think that if they're smart, they'll re-release Obsession for like a month during October.
Because I know they're doing an awards campaign for it. That would be really good.
Maybe an uncut version.
Because unfortunately, I don't think it's like totally waning. But I think that the girl, I think her like. Because everyone's talking about Anne Hathaway and the Odyssey, like does she go supporting? Does she go lead? They were having the same conversation about Indy from Obsession. Does she go lead or supporting? Mm-hmm. I think they need to do something to like kind of like they have all those little like kind of awards season screenings and like Academy screenings for movies. Like they either need to re-release it or have something like that to get it back in. Well, I mean, I guess it's still in the consciousness of people who like. I mean, it's still being talked about a lot.
It was still playing at the AMC. I just went.
Yeah, and it's making a lot of money. I just think that like some of the like kind of like hurrah from the summer around her is like kind of fading. But I think there's ways to build it back up. Same thing with the movie. There is a row where Obsession gets like a Best Picture nomination. There's a row where it definitely gets a Best Original Screenplay nomination.
Best Director.
The Best Director. Like the only one that ain't gonna get nothing is Michael Johnson, and it's not because he's not good. I feel so bad because he actually is good in the movie. It's just that she has the meteor part, and of course he's the villain, so they're like
that is 100% her vehicle. That is 100% her movie. She earned
that's why they're like, does she go best? Does she go lead or does she go
fucking
supporting?
Lead for sure?
Because it's her story, it's her agency. She's the one that loses her agency, right? But at the reverse of that, they're like, it's Bear's story, and Bear is the one that makes the wish. His decision drives the story. So I was like, I see it both ways. It could go either way. I know what they'll do. They're gonna go where she was most likely to get in.
Yeah, they're gonna spend Enora money on it and fucking get it in there. They spent so much money on Enora to get it,
and it worked.
And it works, right? So Obsession's got a little bit of money to play with. Focus features. Let's fucking get it in there. Let's go.
You're like all that Enora money.
They spent like The movie cost like what, like $5 million? They spent another $5 million campaigning, I think.
Yeah. Oh, the other one is Mother's Instinct. So Mama, Mother's Instinct, Other Mummy. So she's
The Mom trilogy. Holy shit.
Mom trilogy. Jessica Chastain, and they're all rated R. So yeah, you better go, Jessica Chastain.
That's great. That's awesome.
All right, guys, we got through news. It was a very long episode, but it was fun. I was just having fun gabbing with my friend.
Yeah.
We got through.
We always have a blast.
Got through all those trailers. We got
Paul Walter Hauser made a comeback. We talked about Moses.
Yeah, you didn't even know that he was in Resident Evil. You're like, oh, well, he is.
Good for him, man. He's not really doing much. Yeah, Mole Man.
He needs to work. He needs to work. They cut his scenes for real.
Hard.
Yeah. Thank you again for always sitting in on news. It's always a pleasure. At the end of this episode, you will get a second little teaser trailer for a company spin off the Cinema Vault. You already heard one by the time you hear this at the end of our Odyssey episode. We're counting down to it that way. It's going to launch the same week as our 300th episode of Back to the Blockbuster. So we're celebrating that milestone by introducing another milestone for us. So we're very excited about it. We're talking about what we're going to do in the first episode. We won't talk about it here, but we're mulling over movies. There were two that were pretty good.
It's early in the alphabet
with the same franchise. But we still have to figure it out. But we're excited that we're finally getting it going. It's been talking about.
I just feel like we were stuck at how to open, right?
Yeah, we were like, what's the first episode? Because after the first episode, it's just like, let's just a grab bag of movies. Let's just do whatever. And
yeah, it doesn't matter.
And we knew we had to get this. I mean, at least I knew we had to get this settled for September at least, because Tales of Horror, which used to be on Back to the Blockbuster, it's going to move over to the Cinema Vault because like that's a movie centric thing. So Tales of Horror was what we focused on horror movies on the month of September and October. I would do some of those. So we at least need to like get it open. We need to get it open before September.
Yeah.
So we can do that there. Because Tales of Horror is big for Back to Blockbuster.
Spoiler alert, first episode is Mobus.
I don't know if I can ever cover Morbius. Maybe I think I can Mystery Science 3000.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
I make fun of it.
After what happened today?
Oh yeah. I don't think anyone's touching Jared Leto.
Oh, dude, I just threw away a fucking 30 Seconds to Mars hoodie today. Dumped it right in the trash. Like, God damn it, motherfucker.
Yeah. You're like, I was going to wear this tomorrow. As always, guys, thank you for listening. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Good Pod, Spotify, Overcast. Listen to us wherever you like, but also check out the Playlist Studio app. They are a podcast network, and they treat us very, very well, doing a lot of work behind the scenes. And soon they're going to be doing a lot of work behind the scenes for 2 shows, including helping us like craft our newsletter. So, like, I don't know, they want to do the work. So,
good luck, guys.
Willing to give it to them if they want it. If they want it.
We love you. We love you. We appreciate you.
We love you. Yeah, very excited for what we're doing with Back to the Blockbuster and the upcoming the Cinema Vault, which Dustin's a part of both now. So. Thank you, as always, for talking news. Thank you guys for listening to us ramble about news. You guys say you like it, so I'm going with it. Whenever Jackson can't be here, Dustin will most likely be here.
Are you pulling people? Like, what do you think about this guy? We just talk. We talk a lot.
Who's your favorite stand-in for Jackson when Jackson can't be on? But yes, no, they like listening to it, Grant.
That's great.
As always, guys, thank you for listening, and until next time, peace out. That's it for this episode of Back to the Blockbuster. And thanks for tuning in and geeking out with us over all things movies. Make sure to follow us wherever you get your podcasts and stay connected on our socials for more film talk. We'll be back soon with another episode. Until then, happy watching.